Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hung. No Titans news as of right now, but some Vols news. If you are a Vols fan that's planning on heading to Hawaii for the Maui Invitational, you may want to get a backup plan. The Maui Invitational right now is expected to be moved from the, obviously, Maui to Honolulu. So keep that in mind if you are planning to make that trip around Thanksgiving. The NFL has announced that Aaron Rodgers is officially done for the season, and everybody that drafted him in fantasy football collectively can say,
F you, Aaron Rodgers.
For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Your home for the Vols, the flagship station for the Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It is a Tuesday, Tennessee, Florida week. Titans Chargers week.
Yep. Tighten up.
Wow, the reaction.
Don Davenport is back.
What up, people?
I really thought you were about to say what up, witches.
I did too.
I thought
I thought it was
about
going to be
it.
the real one, though.
I did too.
For some reason.
I thought about it. Hey, Halloween's coming. What up, witches?
Well, Sunday during Titans Talkback, somebody told me and Dyson to shut the hell up. That happened. Also on yesterday, somebody
really?
dropped the F-bomb during the show.
This is what happens when I'm not in attendance?
No, I think this is what happens when football season kicks in and people get a little agitated.
Hey, this is what happens when Ryan Tannehill and that offense looks like garbage.
Well, since you weren't here, we're going to get your take on that because mine was, there was no rhythm at all.
None.
On the offense and the play calling, it was almost like Tim Kelly was like, here's a play. Here's a play. Here's a play. You know what I mean? Like, there was no stacking plays. Like, they never got into a rhythm to me. And then when they did take, shots that they had come up with the week before, like, oh, we're going to use this. We need to be at this position on the field and this down and distance and all this stuff. And they get to them, and then Tannehill misses both of them badly. You're like,
no rhythm.
So my concern
is this
level.
the final year that we don't play our starters if we're the Titans in the preseason?
I think you're seeing it all over the league. I was talking to a buddy of mine today. He was like, look, Mahomes didn't play well. I get that he had Kelsey gone, but he didn't play well. And Josh Allen didn't play.
Shoot, he played in the preseason, right?
Right, a little bit. But Josh Allen didn't play well. Like, all these quarterbacks, need ramp-up time, evidently. And these coaches, because of the 17-game schedule, they're just willing to be. And maybe they're just player coaches. I'd rather – be nice to the guys and make sure they have their rest and all those things as opposed to, being a hard ass.
Josh Allen had a hold my beer moment.
Sure
that
did.
was a.
You can't.
Man.
I can't tell you how many tweets I got of, hey, there you go. There's your stat. Josh Allen was worse than Ryan Tannehill.
Hey, man, good gosh, dude.
At least Tannehill didn't throw it to the same person each time.
3 times.
3 times.
3.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to stay away from sauce, but I'm going to give you every opportunity. What?
Jordan Whitehead had never had more than two interceptions in a season.
How about that?
He has 10 total interceptions in his career. 30% of them came last night.
Did you like that guy on Hard Knocks?
Yeah, and Xavier Gibson. I'm glad that he got that punt return because, it was questionable whether he would make the team or not.
Right.
Yep, that was big. That was dope.
And God love him. He gets out there and they interview him. I mean, he's talking 100 miles a minute, doesn't know what to say and all these things. And he was like, I saw Aaron Rodgers in the locker room. I was like, we're going to win it for you.
Oh,
that's emotion,
sweet.
man.
Yeah.
That's emotion.
We do have to throw out the whole Jordan Whitehead is the first player with 3 interceptions on Monday Night Football since Mr. Monday Night himself, Keith Bullock, back in 2007.
Hey.
That is true.
Yep.
You can't steal that name, though, Whitehead. You got to go come up with a new one.
No.
Whitehead.
KB is the ultimate Mr. Monday Night, always will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Come on with another one, my boy. My boy.
Yeah.
Ronald Sylvester Slay.
I'm in the building. I'm eating gators. Go,
Oh, here we go.
This kind got no room.
Nope.
So I ended up on a text strand that I didn't see coming through until it was done, and it's like 1,000 messages between you and Todd Furman.
I kept waking up to text Todd. Like, I took an extended nap today, and I kept waking up. Like, I will never get up out of my nap. But Todd had me, I guess he was in my head.
I was gonna say you don't text me back during your nap.
No. This. I was gonna say this meant something, but Babs, you mean something too. But this right here, it was because it was pertaining to Tennessee, Florida. Like I had to let them know, like, dog, I don't think I'm overconfident. I think I'm right where I need to be as far as the confidence meter. I think Billy Napier is in panic mode.
You think it's false confidence?
Oh my God. I think, boy, he is grasping for straws. Like, he may have the one last straw that's sticking up out the water trying to get air down there in the swamp. And it's hot and humid down there, so it's gonna be hard to get some good quality air in that little straw. But boy, I'm telling you, anytime you go out there and you tell them folks, Babs, no, I'm serious. If you go out there and you tell your people at home, like, hey man, y'all, you can't wear any orange. Let's just wear orange. Let's wear all blue. What? So that's going to be your selling point to the crowd in the swamp?
That reminds me when Jerry DiNardo was the coach at Vanderbilt, and he would not say the name Tennessee. He would just say the school to the east. And you know what happened that year? They went up there, Dale Carter and them won 65-0.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, dog, like,
What?
Last year,
I
I thought he was confident going for it on fourth down and stuff. He was really rolling with the Florida the Florida mystique that was with Florida coming in kneeling. Like, and it honestly, I was like, dang, this man got a little spur in him. Maybe he knows the history. Now, with this Babsy, man got shot in hell. I'm telling you right now, man got shot. If the devil himself was pointed, he wouldn't get a shot in hell in this game. I'm telling you right now. That's all I'm telling you.
I love your confidence, and I've seen enough Tennessee-Florida games to think, okay, Tennessee's got the better X's and O's out here, and then they go turn it over 5 times.
Yo, I ain't talked like this. This was the third year on the station in the Tennessee-Florida matchup. I've never talked like this leading into it.
Okay.
Not like this.
Now, hold on.
Not like this. I'm just telling y'all what I know.
Now, hold on a minute.
What?
A couple things.
Respect George
One, I don't have an issue with him pleading for the crowd to show up, to wear blue, to do all of that. I don't have an issue
Florida
with that.
game?
You don't need to say that.
Why do you have an issue with that?
You shouldn't have to say that.
That's this rivalry game? You
shouldn't
don't have to say that. Auburn, Georgia game?
Nick Saban had to say that for Alabama 2 years ago when they were doing nothing but winning national championships.
For which game?
Getting his
No,
students to show up.
Hang on. He was talking about every game. He wasn't talking about a specific rivalry game. Do you think Nick Saban's got to say that for the Alabama-Auburn game?
It doesn't matter. He was saying it generically.
Had to say it. Do you think Hugh Freeze will have to say it this year? Like, you're like Tim Kelly looking for plays on this one.
Here's a play.
No, you don't need to say this for Tennessee, Florida.
No, it's going to be
Heupel didn't say it last year, did he?
No.
I just can't believe you can't make a big deal about that.
So
now
this
is what I'll say.
You think he's stable?
Oh, no, I think it's an absolute Shiano show there.
Okay.
Absolute Shiano show.
Okay.
I think it's hot seat like no other for him. I think he's in over his head. I think all those things. But that doesn't matter. I'm still pointing out the fact that to me is not a grasping for straws moment.
I think he's in desperation mode. But go ahead.
This is the other thing I'll say. If Tennessee doesn't play more physical, the Florida Gators will have a chance. You don't get knocked around.
I totally agree with
by
that. I just think they
that
will.
are so much smaller than you in Austin Peay. And this is not a knock on Austin Peay. Props and credit to them.
For sure.
But at every position, they are smaller, they are lighter, they are not as strong. I know. I just worked a South Carolina Furman game. Same thing, right?
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Rebuttal there too.
Real quick, with younger age people, okay? that know that Florida game's coming up. And I'm not justifying that performance at all because it was ridiculous. Like, I was one of the people pissed off watching it and all this stuff. But let's say Tennessee going into the Florida game having beaten Austin Peay 65-0. Is there a chance they go into the Florida game as confident as, maybe overconfident like they were in that Austin Peay game, and then they get throttled?
I mean, I don't know. That all of this is hypothetical.
Or do you think what happened in that Austin Peay game is like, we can't just show up?
Oh, it's absolutely helping Josh Heupel.
For sure.
100%.
You know what else it helped?
It's helping Josh Heupel.
You know what else it helped? That freaking point spread.
What is it now?
Last I looked, it was 6.5.
Yep.
Which I talked
What
to
do you
people.
think it was prior to? What was it prior to Austin Peay? What's the change?
Like 7.5.
It 7.5, 7.5, 8 maybe.
Okay.
Let me. Can I say this to the Austin Peay game?
Switch.
I don't even think it was an overlooking situation. I think, and I stand on this. I think it's when you play a team in state, and they playing with house money. I've done it playing against MTSU. And we have to win by 1 point, and we rank top 10 in the nation. It's like, dude, what is going on?
Like, why are we playing this game?
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they playing like this is their Super Bowl for real. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Austin Peay, I went back and watched that game this morning. They played an unconventional style of football in that entire matchup. I guarantee they don't play. I don't think they'll use them same alignments. And I ain't seen Austin Peay play all year. I don't think they'll use them same alignments that they use this game right here. I don't think when you have 5 people right there, you got your 5 down linemen, they were sending 7. So when fans were complaining about Joe Milton getting it out quick, it was the play call that was making them go get it out quick if you go back and look at it because if he
had to, right?
He had to. They had more than you could block. So
okay,
I think
does that not concern you with what you have protection-wise then?
No. I think but that's what I'm saying. It'll be different. Like they were selling out. I thought
game.
Austin Peay would. I don't think Florida's going to sell out that way. And I also think Austin Peay came into it with, if you look at the game after the play, it was plenty of players doing things to get under their skins after the play. As far as Austin Peay is, like little stuff under the trenches, grabbing, holding, punching. Special teams, you saw it.
You don't think that crap happens in the SEC?
It does, but it's expected, Babs. You know, like when it happened in this game, the guys for Tennessee ran over there and grabbed their players and pulled them back in a sense of, hey, dog, don't do nothing stupid and get thrown out for this next game. That's how I felt it was in this game. And I thought Austin
see what
Peay
you're
was
saying
like,
with that. Don't do anything dumb.
And I thought
Step
Austin
back.
Peay was like, hey, man.
Don't press send.
We're going all out. And you heard their coach say, we want to be that FCS school like James Madison or like Appalachian State to be able to upset any D1 school.
That's what Furman wanted. Yeah.
There you go. And I think that's the way they played.
And you said house money. That's exactly what the Furman players told me this weekend playing South Carolina. And guess what? That was a 20-point ball game with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
In that situation, you're a lot more
up.
likely to go cover 0, for example, and just send everybody. Florida's not going to do that. Florida's going to think they can handle things man to man and base defense and bring people sometimes. You know,
and I'm not saying I don't think UT didn't play down.
There's
no
excuse for the way Tennessee played against
Austin Peay was on it.
There's no excuse to not be more physical.
I'm gonna pay attention to Austin Peay the rest of the year. I guarantee they don't play like that. I can guarantee they don't play like that.
They lost by 27 to Tennessee. They lost by 26 to Southern Illinois. I mean, there's no way Tennessee should have come out like that, but it does happen. I mean, You're talking about psychology. It's not going to happen this weekend. Like Florida could beat Tennessee, but it won't be because Tennessee wasn't ready and they were just going through the motions. Like that's not happening.
Night too.
Through the motions is Georgia State.
That atmosphere.
Yeah, the dime.
615-737-1045. Tennessee, Florida week. Also, Chargers coming up with the Titans. We'll get into that as well. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Buddy Allen Carpet One, you can save big right now at Buddy Allen Carpet One Floor and Home. All types of flooring from carpet to waterproof and tile are on sale up to 50% with available 18 months interest-free financing. With their price match guarantee, they will not be undersold. Buddy Allen Carpet One Floor and Home is your local source for the best price on all types of flooring. Stop by the Buddy Allen store in Donaldson for more details and to see their fantastic selection of flooring. 2405 at Lebanon Pike in Donaldson. 615-883-3289. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
Want to talk to you a little bit about Xfinity Internet because it's awesome. And here's the deal. It comes with a variety of speeds to choose from. So you can get the speed you need at a great price, whether that is, fast, super fast, gigabit, or gigabit extra. They've got all of that up to 1.2 Gbps. How about that? Xfinity delivers gig speeds to more homes than anyone. So get ready to do even more on your devices with gig speeds for Xfinity Internet. Enjoy all your favorite apps. Everything can be in one place, by the way, with a Flex 4K streaming box. We have that at the Davenport household, and it's awesome. Also, stay connected on the go. Over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. Xfinity's Internet service brings your entire experience together. Go check them out. Xfinity Internet.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. All right, I talked about the offense and its inability to form any kind of plan.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about Tennessee Titans or Tennessee Vols?
Hey, leave the Vols alone.
Listen, Vols Austin P game is what it was. Congrats Austin P. That
I know,
was awesome.
I'm
Y'all
just-
were down 10 in the fourth quarter.
But they
That's
still
great.
lost. Come on.
Well, I mean, they were 48-point underdog, and they were down 10 in the fourth quarter. And Tennessee wanted to get reserves in and all this stuff, and they couldn't, really. I mean, they did on defense a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
But Joe Milton played the whole game. That was not the design.
No.
I guarantee you.
No, but I think he needed it.
Well, why, though?
Sorry.
Because, so here's what Tennessee did. For those that didn't watch the game, so there was debate amongst Tennessee fans. Was that on Joe Milton throwing behind people and overthrowing people, or was it drop balls and all these things? And there was a debate.
Did you guys talk about this yesterday?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But it was mostly Titans yesterday.
Yep.
What cannot be debated is the fact that Tennessee, at some point, Heupel and them were like, screw this, we're not throwing it down the field. And all they did for about 2.5 quarters was throw those sideline things. Mm-hmm. That's all they did. They did not throw the ball down the field again at all. So, to one point, that playbook against Austin P was as vanilla as possible. What did you see? 5 different plays? Maybe. Mm-hmm. I mean, so there's that. But, I mean, they got they wanted to get Nico some work. But you get into a position where you can't do it because it's a 10-point game.
Right.
So if you do it at that point, then everybody's like, oh, they pulled Milton.
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, you'd have been like, no, we just wanted to get some work for this guy, blah, blah, blah. But, so then you couldn't do it.
Right. I think it's a little.
I was
go ahead.
questioning. I was just going to say, talking about pulling players too. Shane Beamer at South Carolina pulled Spencer Rattler and a bunch of his starters with 6 minutes left in the third, and they were up 20. I thought that was a little early.
That is.
I mean,
6
that's
of them
so
third.
to his point. That's still a two possession ball game, and
to make you sweat a little
in
bit.
the third,
Yeah.
you're pulling
3
starters.
They probably out there
Yeah,
man, we
sorry,
done had so
3
many
possessions.
injuries. They may be scared of that bug.
Yeah.
That injury bug.
Well, then we ended up seeing 5 quarterbacks, but
Yeah,
I'm looking at the depth chart, who?
To your point,
Who's this guy?
I wanted to get your take on this. So South Carolina, for those that don't know, South Carolina and Furman were tied at 14 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Gamecocks ended up winning 47-21. They scored TDs on 5 of 6 possessions after that 14-14 tie. Spencer Rattler, 25 of 27, 345, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, had a rushing touchdown too.
Y'all, that dude is legit. I have never been a big Spencer Rattler guy. I know they were playing Furman. I get it. That is 2 games in a row where
He's not the problem.
he's not the
He's
problem.
played well, actually.
He is not the problem. Now, Georgia is going to absolutely demolish them because their offensive line is that bad. But Spencer Rattler is not the problem, and he's got some playmakers, y'all, on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Have you seen the point spread on that game?
no, what is it?
27.
Georgia?
Yep.
Goodness.
Well, not South Carolina.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry, Slay, that was too easy.
But
about right.
But this is an interesting conversation because it ties into this Tennessee conversation too. Was it Joe Milton? Was it the wide receivers? Because I watched that game with Spencer Rattler. He's not the problem. He hasn't been the problem for their 2 games. I mean, dude, I think has 4 incomplete passes the entire season. It's not him. It's the others around him, right?
Yeah,
The
that's
inexperience and the playmakers are there. They're just inexperienced. And then offensive line is just bad. So to kind of swing that conversation to Tennessee too, is Milton the problem? Was Milton the problem in that game? Was it bad routes? Was it, what? I mean, who do you put it on? Because I've seen both.
Somebody in that world told me Milton's a mess. And I was like, I think there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that was said to me by somebody that I trust.
But you saw, Slay, I think you were kind of more on the line of sometimes, receivers, maybe not right. They're not in the right spots, maybe timing. What is it?
So I think more so it's
Well, you watched the game with someone who had some working knowledge on how that stuff might play out.
Yeah, and his idea was the idea comes from Carl Pickens. So
I was going to say he's from Murphy, North Carolina. Yeah. You did say his name yesterday.
So it's like his idea was, man, you can't put that on Joe Milton because it would be different if they were running routes and they were reaching back and trying to catch it one-handed and things of that nature. They may be running the route and it's in their catch radius and they're reaching and it's hitting two hands and they're dropping the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he said, our job as a receiver is to do what? Help my quarterback. So that builds the confidence in him throwing the ball. So I'm going to catch it. He was like, where's your catch radius? Yeah. He said, mine is here. This is my catch radius. And if you're going to have the mantra, what is it, moniker?
Mantra.
Yeah. Our receiver, you?
Yeah.
If that's going to be your label, then you just put 3 guys in the league and you're supposed to be able to reload. This is your catch radius.
So let me ask you this. Like, how concerning is it that maybe those guys aren't there yet?
Okay, so this is the other thing.
Because Carl Pickens is like, he's one thing.
Yeah,
it's easy for him to expect that because my man caught every ball thrown to him. But
echoing this was...
He's kind of extra next level, though.
Yeah, echoing this was Bobby Graham, who never went to the league. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, but made big plays with guys on the team and was already starting when you got guys like Cedric Wilson, Dante Stallworth, Kelly Washington. Like, you got guys out there. So, and he was always out there. So, I'm looking at it as it's a little bit of both. And I think it's gotten to a point where if you look at the body language of guys like Ramel Keaton when they come off the field, when watching it this morning, the first person over there to greet him was Joe Milton. Like, come on, dog. Tapping him on the head like, come on, dog, get up. Like, we still in this. So I think a little bit of it is pressure also from what's been laid before them.
Right.
As far as making the plays. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got to get it in
order.
As
in like a Jalen Hyatt.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you go back and look at it and think about last year, I brought this up on Ramon Kalen Will this morning. You go back and look at the game last year at Pittsburgh, do you know how many times Cedric Tillman cussed Hendon Hooker out? Because of underthrowing the balls and because not getting there and throwing a duck a real live duck and him just going out and making the play. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is a part of them maturing together in those roles together. I think Brew is ready, and I think it's going to take a guy like Brew in that wide receiver room to go to those guys and say, hey, man, let's do all the other little things too until we get on. So maybe it's not Joe Milton getting the screen passes out. Maybe it's them, as you saw Castle score against on that screen pass and Brew McCoy take his man to the end zone, doing the little things, blocking. Whatever you got to do for us to get rolling, let's do that until it all clicks. You're going to get the opportunity. You just got to be there for it to click. So I think it's a little bit of both, more so than it just being Joe Milton.
615-737-1045. All right, Titans dropped the opener to the Saints 16-15. Dawn off yesterday. Curious to get your biggest concern coming out of that game. For me, it was Ryan Tannehill.
Without the size, Babsy.
Spent all offseason being okay with Tannehill and excited about him being healthy and all these things. Man,
I'm like, why the hell are you overthrowing and underthrowing guys?
He was completely uncomfortable in the pocket at all times.
So there was a point, because you guys know there's an ongoing disagreement between Mr. Babs.
You and your husband? That never happened.
It is a very let's just say that Ryan Tannehill did not help my side of the argument this weekend. He's your typical Titans fan that is not a Ryan Tannehill fan, right? But so at some point during the game, the broadcast puts up the stats on Ryan Tannehill under pressure. And it was like 77%, 65 point something percent of his throws were under pressure. And this was in the first half, right? So I think, and I'm not making excuses for Ryan Tannehill at all, because you have to hit those wide open guys. You have Tajay Spears, Chig. Like, how do you miss that, right? But I also think, I almost go back to Mayer. Do you remember, was it last year or the year before, where you were like, he's got the yips?
2 years ago.
Two years ago.
He got hit the first part of the season so hard and often that even when he wasn't getting hit, he was still feeling pressure.
Yes.
Is what it looked like to me.
So I feel like that's where he is right now. Now, you add on top of it, you've got a new offensive coordinator who is wanting and trying to prove that he can be creative, that this is a completely different offense than what, what's our boy's name?
Malik.
No.
Tim Kelly?
Todd Downing.
Todd Downing. God, I'm like, he's gone. He's gone. He's out of my mind.
Yeah,
he's done.
You put him all the way out.
I mean, he's
put
all the way
eviction
out.
notice on his door.
He gone. But anyway, I think maybe Tim Kelly came in thinking, okay, I got to make sure I show we're doing different things. We're creative. We can do these different things now because we have all these different weapons. Point to Tajay Spears, and that shows, to me, that's exactly why Tajay Spears ends up with more snaps than Derrick Henry when you're talking snap count, all of that, and it just was off. Like, it just felt off the entire game. And I thought even Vrabes and some of his decisions I thought were off. The whole kicking the field goal there at the end, to me, that was bizarre. And that was not like I don't know if I can, I got to come up with another word. Hold on. Not the gutsy Vrabes that.
Oh, put it on the line.
You know
You're
what
gonna
I
say
was?
ballsy?
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay, you're right.
I thought maybe that would be frowned upon. But anyway, okay, so it wasn't the true, like, gutsy Vrabes that we're used to, who, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just felt like everything was off. Now, I don't think that the panic button needs to be pushed. Like, I don't think Titans are there.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right there?
Yeah, I agree.
Because Mr. Babs is like, well, what happens when you have no wins at the bye week? Then who's your next quarterback? And then somebody on Twitter is like, okay, well, when do you switch quarterbacks? I'm like, it's one freaking game.
That's why I am. That's why I am right there.
It's one game.
One game.
Ryan Tannehill was terrible. I think that part of it is because he's uncomfortable with that offensive line and the protection that he's going to get. And I think he would never admit this, but I think if you add in the fact that he knows this is kind of an audition for a job year, right? He's not dumb. He knows they just drafted a quarterback to replace him. He knows he's older. 2 years in a row. He knows he's older. He knows all of these things. And I'm sure that in a little piece of his mind, he's thinking, I don't want to be Aaron Rodgers and what happened last night. I want to make sure to stay healthy here for a lot of reasons because this team is in trouble if he's not healthy.
Yep.
And I can still say that after that dismal performance. And so I think that probably plays into a little bit of how he's playing. And then you see the stats on the pressure that he's getting. He might not be getting hit, but the pressure's there. And he knows that offensive line isn't quite good enough yet to offer him protection.
Better than last year. But
Don, what was the biggest thing that we complained about with Todd Downing? What'd they do on first down?
Run the ball.
With who? With
Derrick
Derrick Henry. Against the Saints, they only ran the ball with Derrick Henry 7 times on 1st and 10.
Yeah, see?
He
7
had
of 27.
He had 30
That's a good stat, Hunk.
He was on the field for 30 snaps.
Yes.
Derrick Henry.
I know. And Tajay Moore. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, just a complete opposite from Tim Kelly when it comes to play calling, trying to kind of shift this offense.
Yeah. And we all knew that was coming.
We knew it was coming, but I'm sure that there's a part of him that wants to make sure that they get creative and try and utilize all those weapons.
What was weird about it is that he ended up with, I don't have the numbers in front of me, it was 15 for 63. He 2 carries into the second half, he had 12 for 61.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's it. 3 more carries the rest of the way.
Yeah.
That was weird. But what's funny about that game is, Alan Bell's coming on at 4:45. Alan Bell sat in here last week and said, our 10,000 simulations have the Saints winning by 1 point.
That's crazy.
They did. Here's the funny thing about that game.
How creepy is that?
If the Titans
It's
would
scripted.
have... Yeah, if the Titans would have won that game, we still would be talking about the same problems. They would just have a different tone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think if the Titans
That's the
still
weird
had
part.
what you're totally right. The same Tannehill conversations would be had but
Yep.
maybe the whole, well, when they're winless at the bye week, who's going to be the starting quarterback? Maybe it's not that quite to that point, right?
615-737-1045. Yep, 615-737-1045. Hunk, I'm going to go to line one. Let's see if this works. We've having call screen issues. But Heather, I think, is in Ohio. Is this Heather?
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, this is Heather. Hi. So how is everybody doing on this afternoon?
Great.
And okay, I wanted to share my expressions on Sunday's game. Okay, when I first watched the game, listen at me, everybody. That game was embarrassing, disappointing, because nobody has scored the first half until the Titans had the ball, or wait, they did the kick right to give to the another opponent, right? So when they had the ball, when the Titans fumbled the ball, that's when they got the ball. But instead, I don't know what the lady name with the cap on. She said something about Ryan Tannehill, right? He is
Dawn. It's Dawn.
He is the worst quarterback in the NFL history. He was terrible because let me tell y'all this.
Worst
Let me
quarterback.
tell y'all this.
Okay.
Because, okay, let me say this to you all.
I got you.
Okay. Ever since Tannehill came to the Titans in 2019, right after Marcus Mariota left, he took the team to the playoffs and lost. And in 2021, we lost to the Ravens. And then 2022, which is my birthday, January the 22nd, 2022, when Derrick Henry came back from his injury, when the Titans had scored, I think it was 6-0, whatever it was. And then, two, when Tannehill had the ball, I'm thinking it's the fourth quarter, they tied at 16, whatever, when he threw the interception, and that's how we lost the game, because of him. And turn around, here it is in 2023, did the same old crap. This is his sixth time. This is his sixth time through 3 interceptions, 6 times. So 3 and 3 is 6, right? So I don't know how many. Interceptions that he had ever since he came to the Titans. But Tannehill, I know you're listening. You said on social media on yesterday with Buck and Rising Show, you said that it doesn't matter. It does matter because you lost the game. You lost the freaking game. Okay. If it wasn't for you, Tannehill, we would have won that game. But no, you act like you can't even play football. Period. And then 3, the referees had cheated us cold, because when the Titans had the ball, when the Saints had the ball, dropped the ball, that's when Kevin Byard picked the ball up, run to make the touchdown, and that referee had called it back.
Yeah. No, that's true. Heather?
Thanks, Heather.
Rocker. Thank you, Heather. Oh, my. Okay. She went through
I
it.
thought she was going to drop an F-bomb in there.
Yeah, I mean, it happened yesterday. 36 interceptions for Ryan Tannehill as a Tennessee Titan. She was wondering that.
I mean, she was going back to some old stuff. Slay?
Hey, man, y'all, people stop texting me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm doing this show, man.
Listen, man. Heather wanted to get that off her chest. She feels a lot better, I guarantee you. All right, more 3HL. We are way late to a break. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Jim Wyatt coming up next. TennesseeTitans.com. We'll get his take on everything that's going on Titans related. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, car, truck, SUV, Jeep, whatever you're looking for. New or pre-owned, these guys are your guys. They will be able to help you out. No pressure at all when you go see Daniel, Ken, all the Gupton guys at go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They want you in the vehicle that's right for you. So that's what's going to happen when you go see them. Go to, where are you going? You're going 24 West to exit 35. Still trying to process Heather's call. 24 West to exit 35. That's 9 miles outside the city. So that's three interception Ryan Tannehill games. Get you to that exit. And then it's a straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. All the inventory is there. All the dealership information is there as well. That's GuptonMotors.com. Check them out there. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned, they will be able to help you out. So go take your test drive, go inside. They'll help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
What's happening, good people? Awaken 180, boy. Tell you what. Whew. Drop 45 pounds, man. And gonna drop some more, I guess. You know what? At some point, people, you got to recalibrate. You know what I mean? Get everything back together. And I guess that's why I am. That's why I am in this conversation with you guys, and that's why I am in this journey. Also, because I'm in the maintenance part, and I'm getting things back into my eating habits that I like. You know, I have some chips here and there, some peanuts, some trail mix and things of that nature. And it's okay. My body's metabolism is firing on all cylinders. You can do the exact same thing. After you drop the weight, you're going to have support for life. After reaching your ideal weight, that is. You can drop the weight, lose the weight, let go of the weight, however you want to say it. Whatever you need to do, just get to feeling better about yourself. You can do this. You can get a consultation today, 844-346-1800. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. Come on, man. Let it work for you.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, Tupac Tuesday on the Big Show. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slade. Jim Wyatt joins us from TennesseeTitans.com. Jimmy, what's up? How are you?
Not too much. Hope everybody's doing great.
Did you enjoy your time in New Orleans, game aside? Did you run into the voodoo lady or anything like that?
I didn't, but I love New Orleans. I tell you what, I love just kind of walking around the city. I went down to Jackson Square and walked around, had some good gumbo and red beans and rice and shrimp etouffee and some bread pudding, and I behaved myself down there. I got in and went to bed at a good, reasonable time. Got up feeling good, and I can't say that about many of my trips to New Orleans.
Let's start with the defense. Able to get some pressure. Arden Key with a sack and a half. Could have had two and a half had a play been allowed to roll. But I mean, Danico Autry, Big Jeff, like everything we've come to see. Really look good. And I came away thinking, you know what? They were pretty good against New Orleans. You hold an NFL team to 16 points, most times you're going to win. So, you know, they played well. But I came away thinking, man, they can get better too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought it was a good performance. I don't know if I'd call it a great performance because even Mike Vrabel said it best. If you want to be a great defense, you got to be great all the time. And they gave up too many plays, too many X plays. Gave up a big play late, on third down, and a big run late on third down, and certainly had some great moments, I thought, and I'm very optimistic about this defense, just like I was going in the season. And Arden Key was being credited with 11 quarterback pressures, which is the high in the league this week. Danico was 6 quarterback pressures. Thought those guys are very disruptive. And then, Monty Hooker made a couple of good plays, one on special teams and one with a pick at the end of half. So I definitely feel like the defense is going to be good. Just still got to clean up some things to get better. And there's a huge challenge this week. That's the thing is, the Chargers coming here scoring a lot of points in a shootout with Miami, and that's going to be a hard game.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, though. You hold Derek Carr and the Saints to that many points, like you expect to be able to win that ball game, and obviously offensively it just didn't click. What do you think the biggest issue was?
Well, there's no denying it was the quarterback play, and I think even Ryan Tannehill would admit that himself. He said after the game he's got to play better, and Mike Vrabel said yesterday he can't throw into double coverage. He's got to hit open receivers. I mean, let's be honest here. He threw 3 picks. He could have easily thrown 5, and he missed a wide open Chiga Okonkwo on one play. He missed a wide open Tajay Spears on another. There was an interception to Chris Moore downfield where I saw Chiga Okonkwo running wide open. There was another play where I saw another one of the picks to DeAndre Hopkins. Traylon Burks was running free. So, I mean, there were just a lot of things that were very uncharacteristic of Ryan Tannehill. I know he's kind of been a little bit of a punching bag for the fan base over the years, and I think he's been underrated to some degree, but he didn't play well Sunday. There's no denying that, and he's going to have to play better for this team to have a chance to win games because you have to be able to score points and not kick field goals in the red zone, and you just can't turn it over. It's hard enough to win in the National Football League, and when you're giving the ball away, you're killing momentum and just making it hard.
What do the numbers, like the stats, analytics show on the Titans offensive line and how they did? I know at one point in the game, I think Tannehill was pressured on 67% of his passes or something. I mean, it wasn't good, but at the end of the day, how did that offensive line fare for the Titans?
I haven't seen Pro Football Focus yet, but I mean, just from the eye test, just from me watching the game, I thought there were some struggles earlier, and I thought the group settled down and gave Ryan Tannehill more time to work. It wasn't perfect. He was sacked 3 times. He had people around him on other throws that maybe forced him into getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker. But for the most part, I thought the group played pretty well. I mean, and that's a good Saints defensive front too. So some things to clean up. I know Andre Dillard, maybe had some issues early, but as a whole, I thought it was a performance that you could win with.
Jimmy, you seeing the guys practice preseason and OTAs and everything leading all the way up pretty much on a daily. Were you a little surprised that as far as the targets went towards Traylon Burks, did you think he would get a couple more targets?
I did, yeah. That's one of the bigger surprises. And I have to say, going in, I mean, I was not shocked at the running back distribution of carries, and not distribution of carries, but the distribution of snaps. And it looked weird on the playtime percentage sheet to see Tyjae Spears with more snaps than Derrick Henry. I know Mike Vrabel said that's probably more of an outlier. I'd be surprised if that happens again, where he's not utilized in the second half like he was. But they're going to use Tyjae Spears, and obviously going to use Derrick Henry a lot. But Spears is going to be a part of this offense moving forward, and it's just going to be interesting to kind of see how that goes moving forward. I would think that most Sundays, if DeAndre Hopkins is not your top receiver in targets, it's going to be Traylon Burks, and that wasn't the case on Sunday. It was Nick Westbrook-Akina was the guy who got a lot of opportunities, and really aside from one drive where he threw to Burks, I think on 3 straight plays, he was pretty much a non-factor. And he's too good of a player to not be involved in things moving forward. Yes, part of that might have had something to do with him coming off the knee and not being all the way back. But if he's out there and he's playing as many snaps as he did, which he played a heck of a lot, then I think you got to use him. So, he's going to be a factor moving forward. And so, that surprised me that he was not more involved.
Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com. That's where you can get all of your Titans content. Titans Chargers coming up Sunday at noon. You can catch all the action right here on 104.5 The Zone. Give Jim a follow on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at J Wyatt Sports. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you.
Okay, y'all have a good week. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
more
Jimmy.
Titans talk. Tennessee, Florida, NFL, college football. That's kind of where we are this week. 615-737-1045.
Still, I got wings. Get over there and get you some. Why? Because it's Tuesday, 69-cent wings, man. You got to go take advantage of this deal. It's every single Tuesday, and I promise you the flavor is going to be bursting. It's guaranteed, man. 3961 Nolensville Pike. It's the Plaza Mariachi location. 123 Ewing Drive is another location, and also Midtown Foods right behind MLK High School. You can get over there and get some of the goodness, the home of Sweet and Sassy. And guess what, y'all? Now they got it bottled up. Yeah, man, that good lemon pepper drizzle they got right there that you know for getting on to the Ron Slay special, which is Sweet and Sassy with the lemon pepper drizzle with the Cajun Ranch fries with the cheese melting over top. Kool-Aid. Watch it now. Yes, I'm telling you, they got it all bottled up. You can go in there and get some of the goodness. I'm going to get me some of that Sweet and Sassy sauce. Put it up. You know what I mean? One for keepsake and one just to use. But get over there, 69-cent wings. Don't you do no cooking. You let them do all the cooking for you. It's still I got wings.
Don't you worry about your windows or doors. Let Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville do all that kind of cooking for you in your home. That's what I did, and they were awesome. Here's the deal. Pella Windows and Doors, been around for 100 years almost. 2025, this company will be 100 years old. And Pella Windows and Doors in Nashville right here, locally owned and operated for a long time, so you can trust them. If you look at some of the stuff coming out based on this 2022 survey of leading window brands among homeowners, guess what? Pella rated number 1 by Nashville homeowners as the window brand worth paying for, as the number 1 for innovation, the most trusted window brand, so many things. And I'll tell you what, they're number 1 when it comes to staffing and all of that too, because they've got the staff in place to make sure you, the customer, get everything you need, from installation to warranty work, all of it. They do it all. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. They got some deals going on. Tell them Dawn sent you, and they'll let you know what those deals are. Schedule a free consultation. Check out their limited time special offer at PellaNashville.com.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. If you're a Vols fan and you are planning to head to Hawaii for the Maui Invitational, just make sure that you know how to get to Honolulu, because there are reports that are saying that with the fires going on in Hawaii, that the Maui Invitational is expected to be moved to the city of Honolulu from Hawaii. So just pay attention to that as you get closer to the tournament. The Pittsburgh Steelers lose a defensive lineman yesterday, and today they found out that wide receiver Deontay Johnson is expected to be sidelined for a few weeks with a hamstring injury. Okay, that's cool. But then you have Aaron Rodgers, and he's done for the season. And no, I didn't draft him in fantasy, so no, I'm not upset whatsoever. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5, the Zone Tuesday edition. Hope you're having a great day. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It's about to feel like fall. It kind of already does today, right?
Well, that's a bit.
75 degrees out there.
Yeah.
75 degrees out there.
Port cigar weather.
Watch, it's going to be like 100 next week.
Nope.
You, Aaron Rodgers.
No?
No.
Oh, no, we can't say that anymore.
Yeah, it might be over.
No,
we can't use that drop.
Yeah, it might be over. Huh?
Yeah, we
Poor
can.
Aaron
Yeah, we can.
Rodgers.
Screw Aaron Rodgers.
No,
Hon.
Honk.
Poor Aaron Rodgers. You don't wish
Poor
injury
Aaron-
on anyone.
Achilles is the old man's injury.
buddy. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, poor
I
Aaron
repeat,
Rodgers.
screw Aaron Rodgers.
Did you draft him?
Yes, and I
Yes,
didn't
you
even
did.
want to draft him. He was only the best option available when it was my turn. I didn't want to draft him. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
All right, here are the high temperatures moving forward. You ready for this for the next 10 days? You're wondering where summer went? And you know it's not done. It'll rear its ugly head one more time. It will. It just will. 76 today, 81 tomorrow, 81 Thursday, 82 Friday, 80 Saturday, 82 Sunday, 81 Monday, 82 Tuesday, 82, 82, 80, 82, 81, 82, 82.
Weird.
The 80s.
How about
That
that?
sounds great.
Bringing the 80s back.
Yeah.
Tears for Fears, y'all. Duran coming down.
I'm right here, Ward. I'm ready.
By the way, in Gainesville, Florida, on Saturday, right now it's 90 degrees in Gainesville, 75 here.
It's going to be hot and humid.
Saturday, high temperature, 86.
Beautiful.
Granted, 7 o'clock Eastern kick, right? So 86 is the high, 68's the low.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
it might be
perfect.
a little chilly.
Good.
Okay, I say chilly, but you know.
Well, I went to 2 games down there
Oh,
in the
no
90s,
cramps.
and I'm telling you, girls were walking around in bikinis
Yeah.
to the game. Now, they had shorts on, but you know what I mean.
To the game.
They ain't doing that in the 70s.
No.
Bet you
Yeah,
they
but
were blue jean shorts.
Yeah, they were jorts. That's for sure. You get jorts down there.
I can't wait.
Y'all think it's a cool thing to
Dude.
do up here?
No, the new
They've been doing
thing-
it down there forever.
forever. The new thing, apparently, like every time I go to Columbia, South Carolina, that's like the newest tradition, right? In or the newest style. That's where I get the newest style.
new style.
Cowboy boots
Yeah.
and tiny, tight little one-piece short halter top rompers.
Really?
Oh yeah. And let me tell you, rompers are a terrible idea when you're drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because
you
you
got to
got to
go to the
bathroom,
bathroom.
and then you're like,
Guys don't think about that.
no,
but that's true.
no, rompers are a pain in the
and
what.
for guys that are wondering why, you have to take the whole thing off, basically.
Yes,
I'm
the whole
sure
thing.
that the floors in those bathrooms are extremely clean.
Right?
So it's no big deal.
I'm
at
sure.
all.
I'm sure. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
So every time you're out and you see some girl in a romper, that's what she's having to deal with.
Yep.
yes.
She made that life choice.
tight
true.
little short one piece rompers.
Yep. And boots.
Halter top. I mean, there's the amount of fabric that
Yes,
is
it's
used
very
to
small.
build these things is minuscule. Do I sound like I'm 80?
No, you sound like concerned adult.
Mom with a daughter.
Yeah,
That's what you sound
exactly.
like.
That's exactly what you sound like. Because I was up
Although-
there in Knoxville looking around like, man, my nieces and
I
everything.
mean,
like, hey, wait a minute, y'all.
It's unbelievable.
We got to get a grip. We got to get a grip.
I know. When I was
just
in high
hold
school,
up.
it was like the grunge thing. Like, so Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all that stuff was hitting. Like,
See,
it was
that's what Mr. Babs said it was in college.
In
so
college,
he's like,
yeah. And
we
so,
didn't
like,
get any of
as
this.
many clothes as possible was the coolest thing ever.
Maybe,
like flannel.
maybe that can come back by
all
the
of
time
it.
Baby Babs
That was
gets
y'all,
there.
That was.
Yeah, I was
just missed it.
Yeah, I was good, glad. Like, none of that era. I was just a little bit baggier. You know what I mean? The TLC, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Baggy
it
a
was
little
like
bit.
the midriff
you
shirts,
always
but
gotta
just
show a
the
little
baggy
something.
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I will say Baby Babs, I'm not proud, but she did go to school last week in a top that showed her belly just sticking out everywhere. But it's because the top was too small.
Snort.
And I
been a
didn't
minute.
realize it before I put it on her.
Send us that picture. I didn't get to see
Oh,
her
y'all
on
are gonna
social
die.
media. Yes.
And
I know
if-
she was just out there too. Like,
she was just out there, yeah. And anybody that has a 3-year-old knows that once you put clothes on,
Ain't no taking
they ain't
them off.
coming off.
No, you forget about that.
I brought a
We ain't
different
trying
shirt
this
with
on.
her, and I told her teachers, I was like, hey, sorry. Didn't realize how small this shirt was. Yeah. I'll send it to you guys. You're going to be
yeah.
like, oh, geez, Davenport, what are you
That's what I'm
doing?
talking about.
What
Curls,
did
curls just
Travis?
popping.
What did Travis think about all this?
He said, why didn't you change her shirt? I said, you want to come home and change her shirt?
Yeah, you can do it.
Nope, you sure don't.
Jets win 22-16 in overtime over Buffalo, which is a huge win and a big NFL story. The biggest story, however, obviously is that the Jets and the NFL lost its best player last night. Aaron Rodgers went down on play number 4 with an Achilles injury. And, man, watching that calf muscle roll up.
Boom. When you see it in slow motion.
Yeah, saw that.
I mean, they showed it on the TV broadcast. They slowed it down and circled it. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So when you're holding a Jets ticket with maybe one of your bigger bets of the weekend and they get down 13-3 and don't have Aaron Rodgers, you're like, why am I even watching this? You know, it's like watching pain happen. And then they came back because Josh Allen, for some reason, kept throwing the football. All you literally had to do was run the ball into the line 3 times and punt over and over and over again, and the Jets would not be able to come back and drive the length of the field and win.
Oh, my beer.
God, he struggled, right?
He did.
Hold my beer.
So
Like it looked like he struggled to even see or figure out what the defense was doing.
to that point, and credit the Jets. Jets defense
It's
is
nasty.
I mean,
nasty.
they're good.
The Jets D harassed and confused Josh Allen all
Quinnen Williams.
night long.
Them boys get paid. Him,
Shout out
Big
Lionel
Jeff,
Richie.
Chris Jones, Aaron Donald. Them boys get paid the big bucks for a reason.
On throws, 15 or more air yards down the field. Josh Allen. Like, why did they continue to do this?
I love it.
13-3, and there's no Aaron Rodgers coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the horror movie murder guy has been killed, and you still got the movie going.
Yep.
And, like, there's this little happy dude over here with, like, a headband. You're not scared of him at all.
Oh, the headband. You got to be scared of the headband.
Nah, you're not scared of the headband.
I wore a headband.
You
No,
wore a
that's different.
different headband
I know.
It's different, Slay.
Okay.
than this dude.
All right. Just had to clarify.
He wears the let me keep my Bama bangs out of my eyes headband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which Aaron Rodgers gave him crap for during Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on throws of 15 or more air yards down the field, Allen was 4 for 9 with 3 interceptions. Why are you laughing?
Because I love it. Like I love when people be who they are. Because you always think they're changing and evolving, and then at some point they always go back for a second.
I've got a stat on that too. To your point, he threw 3 interceptions versus standard pass rush, non-blitz, which tied for the most he's ever thrown in a game in that scenario. You're still laughing.
Dude, it's wild. Like, because that's listening to it.
Allen, in his last 19 games, 27 turnovers.
In this last, how many?
19 games.
Wow.
That's quite a little resume he's building.
So-
That's not a good average.
That's a nice home.
Up 10 versus Rodgers-less Jets. You have to win that game, right? Josh Allen. So this came up yesterday. Ryan Tannehill in his media press availability following the game was talking about we're moving on to the next week. Like, just flush this one. Like, we're moving on to the next week. And we're like, well, what are you going to say? because somebody called in, had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you going to say? Like, these are type A guys. They're competitive as crap. They're moving on to the next thing. Whether they win or lose, that's what they're doing. Well, Josh Allen said something a little different.
He did.
He said, quote, "I am the reason we lost," end quote. And I know a lot of Titans fans would love to have heard that from Ryan Tannehill yesterday.
To crucify
Or
him
Sunday.
even more.
They would have.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Wait,
you
what
know
do-
they
what
would have
do you-
loved to have heard that.
Yeah,
What do you win out of giving that, though?
that's what I'm. It's like yours said. It's just personalities. Like it ain't. It's who you are. You know. I mean, I don't expect Ryan Tannehill to come out and say that. You know what I'm saying? If it
No,
were me,
I
I
don't
probably
either.
would say it. I probably would come out and say that. It's just
I would too.
like you know what I mean. It's just it's different.
He turned it over 4 times. He also had a fumble yesterday,
He sure
in
did.
addition to the 3 interceptions.
Yep. Can I add something to that?
Yes.
If you can do it in less than a minute and a half.
Oh, I can do it real quick.
Okay.
The parlay hit, Jets money line, and the under. And your asked the question. He said when it's 13-3, like who is expecting them to come back and win? Well, I went to the betting booth again and said, "Give me that 13.5. Give me that," and I doubled down.
Did you really?
Yes. Went and took the Jets
Wow.
13.5 at halftime. Like, yeah. Look at Josh Allen. Look at him. Look at him. Like he's trying his
Because
best.
I called you when I got home from
Sure did.
baseball, and I was like, I'd already known that he went out on the 4th play, but I didn't
Yeah.
know how serious it was.
Yep.
And you were like, "Hey, man, this Jets D is legit."
It's
so that explains.
serious.
You were telling me without telling
Yeah,
me.
you can see the momentum building, dog. Like that defense nasty, man. Don't be real. And I will say, it's beautiful watching the Eli and Peyton Manning cast on my dog.
They are so funny.
Oh, I love
Peyton,
it.
Peyton was like they were in pain with Aaron Rodgers when he went down, and they were like, "Oh, he's not getting back up." And Peyton was like, "Well, who's next? Richard Todd, Ken Anderson?" I was like,
I
"Oh,
know.
there you go."
Was he joking?
Of course he was joking, but
I don't know. I
this
kind
is-
of feel like he forgot that Zach Wilson was even like around.
This is Peyton Manning's like astute knowledge of the game. Those 2 quarterbacks were from the 80s. Like that's before Peyton should have been watching football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he just knows the
History
history of it all.
And they say the
Although
things,
I kind of went back and forth. I did feel like Peyton was super annoyed
Yeah.
that he didn't get to talk about Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like
probably had a lot invested in it.
instead,
Yeah.
here he is having to
I
digest
just like it 'cause
Zach
they say
Wilson.
with the fans, like what we're saying at home, that's what they usually say instead of like what the analysts say.
More NFL talk. Titans, Chargers coming up. 615-737-1045. We'll go back to the phones. Also, you'll hear from Mike Vrabel next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
All right. What's happening, people? Ron Slay here, man. I put it to the test, y'all. I put it to the test. I went up to Knoxville. I did a lot of tailgating during the game, a lot of walking, tailgate hopping. You know what? Didn't feel an ounce of pain. And no, this was the first time I did not pop a leave. I didn't have to pop no leave because I was like, man, I'm going to test this stem cell stuff out, man. And guess what? Felt beautiful when I got back. Didn't have to kick my shoes off. My knees wasn't hurting. Didn't have to ice down, take no leave. Because Kellum Stem Cell Institute, man, the holistic stem cell therapy, it does work. It's your body, your cells, your solution. And right now, exclusive for September, y'all, I talked to my reps. You can book a procedure in the month of September for a 10% discount to all of the Zone listeners. That's right. Everybody that's listening to the Zone, listen to my voice. Hey, you got to go mention the Zone and tell them Big Slay sent you. You're going to get 10% off. Kellum Stem Cell Institute, 615-850-4415 for a consultation. Sign up, get your body healed today.
All right, how about a new house? You looking to buy a new one and you need the cash now instead of having to wait for your current house to sell? Loan Pronto. They can help you out. They have a Dream Home Bridge loan thing going on right now, which helps you to dive into the equity that you have in your home, get the cash out you need, make a clean offer on your new home that you want to be your forever home, and then boom, you have the cash to cover the down payment, and you can get the cash in a matter of days. So you find the house, go ahead and do it. Very little paperwork, usually no appraisal needed. Go after the house you want, your dream house. The bridge loan will completely disappear after your current house sells, and it's only Loan Pronto that can help you do this. Don't put off your dream. Let Loan Pronto help you out. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. LoanPronto.com, 499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Producer for 3HL is Joe Hunk.
Sup?
Back to break check. All respect to those who break their necks to keep them in check. Majorly. Your girl keeps
Paging me. All right. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Twitch, please.
I didn't know if she's going to be able to make it, so I just
got you.
hopped in.
I got it. I'm on this.
Somebody in the chat, I'm scrolled too far down now, too many messages, which is a good thing, but mentioned Jordan Whitehead yesterday for the Jets. He had more interceptions than tackles.
Wow.
He had 3 interceptions. He had 2 tackles.
Oh, my gosh.
He's never had more than 2 interceptions in a season. It is his 6th season. He's got 10 career interceptions now. 30% of them came last night.
Wow, Zers.
Zach Wilson, 14 of 21 for the Jets, 140 yards, touchdown, interception. Breece Hall, 10 carries, 127 yards. And how about Xavier Gibson, 65-yard punt return for a touchdown to walk it off in overtime. Undrafted rookie from Stephen F. Austin. If you watched Hard Knocks, you liked that guy, and you had hoped that he would make the team, and he did.
Yes.
And they're glad that he did.
That's the way you put blow the candles out on the cake right there, what he did. That was perfect setup.
Perfect.
And respect to the special teams for, he said, man, I trust my guys. What about Breece Hall? And you got him on special teams. You talked about him like
I love
coming back off of that injury, and then you saw him in Hard Knocks when he was back activated. Man, that man had a different burst of speed. We saw it last night.
The players involved in the Aaron Rodgers injury, left tackle Dwayne Brown with a complete whiff. He's in year 16, 216 games played for Dwayne Brown.
I'm sorry, did you say year 16?
Year 16. Leonard Floyd got by him cleanly. Floyd in his 8th season, 49 career sacks. He had a sack and a half in that game. And it was interesting when you could see, and I can't imagine what those guys feel like when they whiff a block like that and see their quarterback, like they turn around and see their quarterback go down. I mean, Daly saw it all. He got used to it, I guess. But, I mean, Dwayne Brown's a great player.
Yeah.
And so he turned around and you could see it in him like crap. You know what I mean? And then if you go back and watch when Aaron Rodgers he was still upright when he sat down, Dwayne Brown, you can see behind Rodgers, like throw his hand down on the ground out of disgust. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. I think I tweeted during this game, I think after the second play, I think I told you when you called it, like this offensive line finna get this man killed. Yep. Like, because he could have got hurt on the play before that.
Rodgers was talking about that during Hard Knocks.
Remember,
like, y'all got to pick it up.
When they scrimmaged, when they played, they had an inter-squad scrimmage
Carolina.
against Carolina.
Yep.
And he went to top down and said, hey, man, quit running these plays. They don't work. I mean, then that's what Salih went into the film room and was like, hey, dog, offense, we don't know when you're going to arrive to a party. Like, it's going down out here. And it was pointed all to the offensive line. Like, and here we go. Well, listen, as Titans fans, we done seen this. We've seen this, what that line can do and what it's going to do to your quarterback. So,
been there, done that.
That's why as soon as I saw it, I was like, I know what this looked like. Oh, this is a hurt quarterback.
Oh, that's so sad.
You know what I mean? Knock on
It's
wood.
so
Knock on
sad.
wood. But like, golly, dog, like when you can't block, you getting beat every play.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. Somebody along the line.
Yeah.
That's not good, man. That's like Zach Wilson. He was getting
Pummeled.
I'm talking about he almost got decapitated on
The play where he was upright on his knees.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, good God Almighty.
I thought they fixed that
It
line
looked like-
too.
listen,
I thought
listen.
it was good. Like,
Absolutely.
It looked like Braveheart.
Man.
And like he looked on the sideline and they went thumbs down and boom.
It did, man. Like, God, y'all, hey, man,
it's a great
O-line.
comparison.
No, it was. They got to have a meeting, man.
You knew I had to go dark with it.
Jeez. And
Of course.
You were supposed to on that one because that's the only way you could describe it. Like, that was it.
And then the camera shot of him where he was lying on the ground just staring ahead, like just a close up of him doing that. Like, that was amazing.
What y'all want me to do, man?
That's what a dead man looks like.
He thought he had the
615-737-1045.
year off. He was just like, I'm going to sit over here for a while.
615-737-1045. Titans Chargers coming up this weekend. Chargers a 3.5 point favorite. I will tell you. So Alan Bell's coming up at 4:45. He works for SportsLine. They do simulations 10,000 times. Do you know what they have the Titans and Chargers game at?
What?
Titans by 1.
Oh, gosh. And it was Saints by 1 last week.
Yep.
Interesting.
So Chargers 3.5-point favorites. Keep that in mind. Anthony is in Texas. Anthony, what's up?
Yo, Anthony.
Anthony.
You live.
No slip-ups today, Anthony. What's up?
Can you all hear me?
We got
There
you
you
loud
are.
and clear, baby.
Okay, awesome. All right. Yeah, apologies for yesterday, but I want to give my intake on time. Been a fan for ever since it became the Titans. But basically, what I was wanting to say is, I think defense did great for the most part. Should have had a defensive touchdown, but that issue is that we finally have a kicker. We reiterate that. I don't think he gets enough credit.
5 for 5.
But then the offense obviously is where the biggest moves were. And I don't know. I feel like everybody knew that is where we were going into the season. The offense was the biggest question mark. Granted, it was either going to be really good or it was going to be really bad. Unfortunately, it was really bad, and our defense kept us in it. But obviously, blame's got to be on Tannehill. I think O-line definitely has some blame there too, but then again, they're a new offensive line. They're trying to get that camaraderie and work well together, which I think I go back to that preseason deal where maybe Tannehill does need to play in that final preseason game to get acquainted with the new offensive line, get comfortable back there, because as you said, he looked uncomfortable. So granted, he does have some age on him, so maybe this is the start of the decline for him. I hope not. I hope this is his final year. He gives it his all. But, definitely offense-wise, running back, we're solid. We just need to give Henry the ball more. And I think receivers are going to be there. I think just as Ryan Tannehill makes the right decisions, he's going to get Burks in there. He's going to get Chig in there. And I think probably after the bye week, we'll see the full effect of the offense, hopefully. And that's the hope I'm going for. Now, we'll see how we do against these Chargers first. But
Yep.
Just want to give my take. Appreciate y'all. All love.
Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. 615-737-1045.
Wait, did he drop a bad word yesterday?
Yeah, he dropped the F-bomb yesterday.
Really? He sounds so calm.
It was calm yesterday while I was saying
It was just one of those conversational F-bombs that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
You want to hear it, Don? I'm not
Yesterday
safe.
was
we're good.
so much
We're
frustration yesterday though, Babsy. Like it
Oh,
was,
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole show.
I get it. I rewatched that game yesterday. I'm like, oof.
The whole show, we were just saying, this is a 3HL therapy session. We do that every once in a while where people are pissed off. So.
Sometimes definitely needed it after that. Okay, but it is one game. Like, does everybody remember that it's a 17-game season? And
Yes, but
and this division is garbage.
That's
so.
why my biggest concern is Ryan Tannehill, because I'm telling you, he looked uncomfortable in the pocket. And when I made those comments about him a couple of years ago, that didn't change.
Yeah.
Like, that was a week-to-week thing, and that's why I'm concerned.
Yeah, it didn't change, but the offensive line didn't change, right?
Right, but he had some clean pockets in the second half where he was still yipping around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yipping.
Seeing ghosts, man. But I'm telling you, man, maybe
It's
this is
not Ghost.
Well, a lot of times it was. Like, a lot of times he didn't have pressure, and he still hurried the throw, like the flea flicker. The flea flicker, he was by himself over there, and he still rushed it. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? You got all day to throw that pass.
I'll say this. You can't play timid in the NFL.
No.
You cannot play timid. You will be trash.
The throw to Spears on the sideline where he was wide open. He had plenty of time to make that throw.
But
let him out of bounds and overthrow him.
It's not like him and Spears played together.
Right.
Yeah, but you're an NFL quarterback. Make that
I don't care.
Like, you get thrown to his body on that one. There was no one over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
you don't need to
right
lead him anywhere.
One. Right. Just hit the man.
Hey, listen.
I know you're being quiet over there
because I'm still with him.
But you being quiet is making me more concerned about Tannehill. You're not talking me down.
Because listen,
because you can't defend it.
Yeah, that's what I told
you. Can't defend
like,
3 picks.
Ain't nothing I can say. But the only
wide open misses.
The only sense I can make of it is, man, week 1, 32 teams, 16 had to lose.
Well, guess what?
That's all I got.
7 teams gave up 16 points or less. 6 of them won.
Very true.
1 did not.
Yep.
Mike Vrabel in the Monday.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Do you think he'll play like that again, though?
I'm worried about it.
Tannehill?
No, but I'm saying, like, if you got to go bet, we're betting guys, me and you. Do you go to the window and say you play like that again?
The last time he had a regular season game with 3 interceptions was in 2015. It's not like he does that all the time.
That's the other thing. People acting like, the normal Tannehill's back. Like, he doesn't.
Not the normal Tannehill.
No. It's that one playoff game that nobody will let go.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, that was the last time. But the last regular season game was in 2015. He's only done it 4 times in his career. The other 2 were in his rookie season in 2012.
Look at the Super Bowl aspirations up there in
But am I
Buffalo.
concerned? Hell yeah.
I'm not.
Slay your
Just ride with me.
All right,
Put
but
your
I-
seatbelt on.
What you doing this morning? Why are you not concerned? Why are you all chill? What's going on over
because
there?
I
What's
honestly-
in that drink right there?
There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm just saying, I don't believe that.
seed.
I don't believe, man, moving forward. I think, like, some of the glaring things to me is like what I mentioned to Jim Wyatt when we had him on earlier. Like, Traylon Burks not getting attempts. Like, how do you go away from a guy that you're building to be the future of this franchise? Just because you got DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, I understand that. But if DeAndre Hopkins is bracketed, that means somebody else has a situation where they can play one-on-one or can sit down in the zone, whatever it may be. You got Chig. He showed you he can play. You got Traylon Burks. He showed you he can play. Like, NWI got more attempts than Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry got the same amount of attempts that Traylon Burks got. So that's my part. That's my part that leads me to say, oh, it's gonna be better because that can't be the Titans moving forward.
What
If that's
am
the
I-
case, that means you choosing we rolling with D Hop, and he only gonna be here 2 years at max.
What did Mike Vrabel have to say about Ryan Tannehill yesterday and his play against the Saints?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I wish that I knew. I wish that I could tell you. We have to be better. Ryan has to be better. We have to hit guys that are open, and we can't force the ball into double coverage. And so we have to give them cleaner pockets like we gave them in the second half earlier. There was some of that. I think. Again, we can point to when a play goes bad, we can point to a lot of different things, but we have to be better. We can't turn the football over, or we can't get punts blocked, and on and on and on.
Might you have been over-determined to get the ball to DeAndre?
I think maybe. We have, when you play quarterback, there's you can't just sit there and. It's a yes, no, you're going to go to a side. And obviously, if the DB's underneath, we probably don't want to throw a back shoulder. We can't throw a back shoulder. I'm okay with the decision, when you're over here and, you're going to give DeAndre a chance, but you got to give him a better chance. And, but I just think that there's times where if guys double covered, we certainly need to progress through. And to progress through, you have to have a, pass protection to be able to take an extra hit or to be able to come back and work the backside.
Ask Kevin Dyson during Titans Talkback, Lee Company, Titans Talkback. If the quarterback's looking into double coverage, he goes, someone else is open.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that last Tannehill interception, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but just kind of look at the very top of the screen. Wide receiver literally could have sat down and sat there for 5 minutes. Nobody was around.
Well, the second pick was kind of like that too, with Chig running around in the middle of the field with no one on him.
But see, that's the thing.
You got to get to the next read, man.
A lot of times in the drop, and listen, man, I know everybody doesn't have the opportunity or the time to do it. Of course, it's our job, so we go back and watch games. But if you ever get the opportunity to go back and watch the games, watch them, man, so you can kind of see and break it down where you can take the emotional attachment out of it while watching the game. And I think you watch it differently.
That's what I was saying on Sunday, because that was the first time I had done that show, Titans Talkback. So typically speaking, the way I get ready to do a broadcast and have thoughts and opinions about a Titans game is I rewatch it on Monday, where the emotion part of it, where I'm not wearing my Titans shirt and drinking a beer, is out of it, right? So you're right about that. And so that if you go back and watch it again, you're watching it without emotion. And it's easy to second guess and all those things. But, there were mistakes that were made.
And they're glaring. You know what I'm saying? Like dropping back and just staring at D-Hop.
Yeah.
Like not even scanning to the left where, hey, Chig, look at Traylon. You know what I'm saying? Look at these guys. So And I think also it became a little bit predictable as far as where he wanted to go, when he wanted to go. Like sitting on those outs, like Marshawn Lattimore dropped one, Adebo dropped one.
Yeah.
Alontae Taylor was inches away from the one that NWI was able to catch and get up the sideline. So, like, you got to be able to know those things. Are they watching film and having things that are tipping them to tendencies to make you go that way? Or
I think it happened in game. I mean, if we noticed that he was trying to force the ball into D-Hop, they know.
So there you go.
And they're talking about it on the sidelines, and they're looking at iPads.
There you go.
Like, watch his head. He ain't moving off this target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So, let's get out of there. And see, that's another reason I'm not that stressed about it. I'm like, man, come on. At some point, you got to – man, you're a smart individual. You're an experienced guy. You're a veteran in this league. If this was a second-year guy or somebody like that, I would be a little bit more like, oh, shoot, what we going to do? This man, go watch the film, man. You know what to do.
16 of 34, 47%. He had 18 incompletions. And Austin Stanley from A to Z Sports texted me. We were talking about this on Sunday night, but 18 incompletions, 11 pass defense plays by the Saints, 3 interceptions. The missed shot plays with the flea flicker and then the Spears play on the sidelines and a drop by Traylon Burks are 17 of the 18. 615-737-1045. Mike Vrabel talking about how Tannehill will respond.
Well, I mean, he's already been in here with the receivers and and been in here with the coaches, and he'll respond like he has. He's been a great competitor for us. He's been unbelievably tough and determined, and I'm positive that those results will be different.
I am too. That's funny. I'm gonna start reading this audio sheet.
I'd appreciate that.
I'm good.
I let y'all lead it, man. I like to kind of go off the cusp. My bad. But that's what I was just saying, though. Like, if it was a second-gear guy, I'd be worried a little bit. Like, you know what you did.
I'm good with him playing better. I don't know that using the word positive, he'll – I don't know.
I don't think he's going to be positive, y'all.
I'm positive he's going to bounce back from that.
I am, man. I'm going to be real. I got – if we've been
2 years ago when I was talking about it was like week to week to week he was uncomfortable.
But this is what I'm saying, though, y'all. That was a different circumstance. This one right here, you got to watch OTAs, him going to the preseason, and we were all standing on the table for him saying we think this is going to be a way better year. Yeah. So after one game, you can't wash away the –
I'm concerned.
Not your concern.
Yeah.
Can't wash away your concern, but you can't wash away the work that's been done to get to this point. Is
right.
All I'm saying.
That's true.
And that it's also not –
you told me to talk
you can rip Tannehill all you want, but that's not standard Tannehill.
Right. That's
not.
Where I am. That's
all right. Let's talk point spreads when we come back. Alan Bell, SportsLine.com, and then we'll get right back into it. The entire 5 o'clock hour devoted to NFL, college football, Titans, Tennessee, Florida, all of that coming up. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Do you look at your windows? This is how I knew I needed new windows. All these little bugs were on my windowsill. Because they could just come through my window that was warped because of the sun outside of my house.
Man, you had problems, man.
I did.
No wonder you call Pella.
I don't have any other problems, though, now because Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville came and redid all my windows for me. Thank goodness. You guys don't have that issue? I thought it was normal. And then when I called Pella out to look at them, they're like, no, that's not normal, Dawn. As a matter of fact, maybe you should get some new windows. They were awesome, though. Actually had numerous people come out and decided to go with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville for a bunch of reasons. And one of them being their service and all of that. They were phenomenal to work with. They took care of my house. They were in and out. They had a full staff to redo my windows, and my new windows are beautiful. You can schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville right now. Check out their limited time specials going on right now. Tell them Dawn sent you, and they'll tell you what they are. PellaNashville.com.
If you are thinking about changing your home's kitchen or bath countertops, call the pros at Smoky Mountain Tops. Football season is here. Change is in the air. Proud to tell you about my friends at Smoky Mountain Tops for more than 25 years. Smoky Mountain Tops has been crafting beautiful custom countertops residentially and commercially. And you can check out the new Honstone Quartz collection by Hyundai LNC at Smoky Mountain Tops. Honstone's new designs have depth and translucency that has never been seen before. Created by Earth and designed for beautiful living, Honstone Quartz has many designs from which you can choose. Check them out online. SmokyMountainTops.com is the website. That's SmokyMountainTops.com. Smoky Mountain Tops' friendly sales team will help bring your project to life, whether it's Neyland Stadium, Geodis Park club seats and suites, or your residential project. Smoky Mountain Tops would love the opportunity to earn your business. Quality, service, dedication, SmokyMountainTops.com. That's SmokyMountainTops.com. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Want to talk about some betting?
Why not, baby?
Alan Bell joins us every Tuesday from SportsLine. AB, what's up? How are you?
What up, baby?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing great. Hey, first off, I wanted to say, man, the auction and everything that you guys are doing is so incredibly cool. You guys at 1045 The Zone always finding new ways to help the community. Just nothing better than you guys. And I know my friend Randall Mims and Mims Lumber, they're fired up to come see you guys. They wanted to jump in and help. It's going to be a party over there when you guys head over, man. It's awesome.
Yep, Mims Lumber, they won the I heard about this from AB, actually, that they won the auction to have us come out and do our show live from their place of business. That's going to be
great,
fun, man.
I'm telling you, Randall, he's going to have it fired up. Food trucks all over the place. Literally, everybody come out.
Heck yeah. When is that?
Whatever you guys want to play.
Yeah, that's a
We haven't scheduled it yet.
That's a Becky Macco thing. Like this all went down yesterday, and I think there are still some auction items up. Give.vanderbilthealth.org as Nashville Soccer Club 1045 The Zone and Cumulus Radio join forces to kick childhood cancer throughout the month of September. There will be all kinds of things going on. So, AB, thanks for pointing that out, man. Appreciate your buddy jumping on and helping out a great cause.
Oh, gosh, man. Thank you guys. Seriously, you guys in 1045 The Zone always finding cool ways to help out the community, man. You guys are great.
So, SportsLine, at SportsLine, download the app. Go ahead and get involved that way. AB can help you out if you want to reach out to him. What is your thing now? At Alan G. Bell?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
All right.
AG.
Now, here's the thing about AB. Last week he came on show. He said, well, we simulated the Titans-Saints game 10,000 times. We've got the Saints winning by 1. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. And you know what? I'll say this. After talking with some people in the wagering community, i.e. sports books, they love the Titans. They have for a few years. This team might not win every game, but, buddy, they're going to cover a ton of them. A ton of them because that defense is for real.
I roll with that.
All right, let's roll.
That doesn't make Titans fans feel any better.
No,
but
it doesn't. Well, it will when we talk about the Titans-Chargers game, which we'll get to in just a little bit, so stay tuned.
Okay.
Little preview there.
Yeah.
One of the questions that a lot of people have, especially with the lack of stars playing in the preseason, AB, how do you anticipate NFL teams looking week 1 beyond now that we've cleared week 1?
It's a great question. And you know what? Honestly, you know how we always say that in college football, and Don, you see this up close every single week, right? Like week 1 to week 2, that's really your largest jump, right? Yeah. I think we're going to start to see that kind of form in the NFL now because, yeah, like you said, starters really don't play at all. And look at week 1 across the board, how many not only underdogs covered, right, but won outright. The Rams beating the Seahawks. The Josh Dobbs and the Cardinals almost beat the Commanders on the road. Definitely covered that spread. I mean, I don't even know if Dobbs' key card works yet in the building, and this man almost took him on the road and won. And you can keep going down the list, man, like 100%. And then you saw, under 16 games, 12 unders hit in week 1. So long story short, I think you'll see the good teams that we thought that they would be take big jumps from week 1 to week 2 and look more like themselves.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Titans, Chargers. What do you anticipate? Their Chargers favored by 3.5.
Yep. So we simulated this game. We've got Tennessee actually winning by 1. We've got a final score of 23-22. And again, it's surprising.
What kind of score is that?
Yeah. Well, what kind of score is 16-15?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Right. Like, that's what this Tennessee defense is going to do, man. Like they're going to put teams in really tough spots. And you see the Chargers. I mean, they had an exciting game against the Dolphins, scoring on both ends. I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to that for Los Angeles. I mean, the big issue with Tennessee is the offensive line, right? Like that's where everything starts, and the issues that we saw. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill wasn't great, but I don't put a lot of that blame on him. I mean, it's an offensive line issue. So I think if you're looking at betting props for Tennessee, not only against the Chargers but throughout the year, watch for Tannehill to kind of get outside the pocket a little bit, give himself some time and some space, and you're going to see short routes, tight ends, wide receivers that run 5-yard routes and in. You're going to see a lot of that. Completions will go up large for Ryan Tannehill. I assure you. I think he was, 47%
Yeah.
in week one?
Yep.
Yeah. Watch this Sunday. It's going to be a completely different show.
AB, I'm taking orders for Gator belts. I did shoes last year. I got belts this year. I'm bringing something back, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to know what you think about this Tennessee-Florida game, and do I need to lock you in like you would like a belt from these Gators?
First off, absolutely bring me one of those Gator belts, my man. Definitely bring me one of them back. All right, so we've got Tennessee at Florida in Gainesville. A spread, Tennessee's a favorite by 6.5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
That number's going to go. So if you want to bet Tennessee, get it at 6.5, right? Because it's going to get to 7, and then it's going to get to 7.5, and then that's a completely different bet than 6.5. But I'll tell you, I think the best and sharpest wager on this game is the under. The total sits at 59.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seemed very, very high to me. Now, look, Tennessee, I think that they get to 30. Florida, no chance. That offense is not that good. And I know rivalry games, throw everything out the window. That Florida offense is not that good. And when you don't have a mobile quarterback against that Tennessee, defensive scheme, you're going to be in some trouble, man. So, I like Tennessee with the spread, but I love playing the under. I could really see this being a 30-21 type of game.
Like it.
What other college football or NFL game do you love as we exit stage left?
Yeah, so I'll tell you this, man. I like Vandy this week, to be completely honest with you, against UNLV. They're a 4-point favorite on the road. I think Vanderbilt, we simulated, we got them winning 28-18.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a solid play for you. Vanderbilt not getting enough love as they should. And then, take a look here at Houston and Indianapolis. Houston is going to have a big game. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that Indy is going to fall back down, and I think that Houston steps up big. So, I kind of like the Texans here.
Yeah, interesting line movement in that game. It opened Houston -2, favored by 2, and now Indianapolis favored by 1. So a lot of people are looking at it from your perspective too. AB, great stuff, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a good day.
All right, Titans by 1. Last week they had the Saints by 1.
And they were right.
They were right. All right, 5 o'clock hour. We're going to turn it over to you. We will intersperse our thoughts. I've got some Tennessee, Florida stats for you as well that you might not have seen, and some pretty interesting notes about that point spread, 6.5. All that coming up. Stay tuned. 615-737-1045.
What's happening, people? Yes, the temperature outside is, just fluctuating. It looks like it's getting a little cooler, but one thing about it, inside your home, this is what you control, and you got to be able to go to that thermostat and say, I want it at this temperature. Yes, I want a climate-controlled temperature in my home. Spring Hill Heating, they will make sure. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, make sure you do it all by yourself.
Yes, I mean, now that it's like fall, right? You got to get ready for winter.
Mm-hmm.
We're still going to have another summer
around now.
Peak. But Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, they will respond promptly to any issues that you have. The family will respond because that's what they do. They give you all the services of the bigger corporate guys, but they do it with the delivery and friendliness of family. Kevin's the best. So is the whole family. Give him a call. They are proud. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, proud to be a York certified comfort expert company, always backed by 10-year parts and labor warranty on York products. So go check them out. SpringHillAC.com.
Call them.
Good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. If you are planning to go to the Maui Invitational, just know that it may not actually end up being in Maui. Now, it's still going to be in Hawaii, but sources are saying that there is a possibility with the wildfires and everything happening in Maui that they may actually move the tournament to Honolulu. So pay attention to that. Aaron Rodgers done for the season. In fact, the Jets officially placed him on IR just a little while ago, but it didn't affect the ratings because ESPN announced that this was the most watched Monday Night Football game ever in the ESPN era, and it was the most watched Monday Night Football game since 2005, having over 22.64 million viewers last night. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and a home 23HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
The HL 104.5 The Zone. Football season got everybody acting a certain kind of way. Brent Doherty with you.
Yeah.
On a beautiful day in the Music City. Babs just figured out it's not August anymore.
It's gone.
She was like, well, I mean, it's just September 12th. I'm like, yeah.
It's like barely
Slay's
September.
like, we're about to get our paycheck.
Yeah, man, we're almost in the middle of the month, man. We're rolling.
My brain is fried already, and it's early.
You three games in, Babs.
Did you have any good food stories from South Carolina? Like I need the Todd Blackledge thing from you every time you take a trip.
How was the ghost tour?
No, none of that garbage. No. We ate at Hall's Chop House.
Okay.
Which they now have one here in Nashville.
Oh.
The original one's in Charleston, South Carolina,
Okay.
which the Hall's family started that one there.
Makes
and then
sense.
has expanded. But the food was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Steak and, okay, can I tell you what else they had?
What?
And some of y'all are going to you're going to drop off my like list because you're going to come at me and tell me, ew, fried okra.
No,
like
can't do
no other. See, nope, I don't like you anymore.
I know. I'm
done.
an awful Southerner. I hate pimento cheese, fried okra, any kind of pie. I'm out.
Any kind of pie.
No.
What?
You are you're cut off.
I'm literally like the only man in America that hates apple pie.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah, every bit of it.
It was real fried okra too. Like
Not the slimy kind.
not the little cut up kind. It was like the one that you
Babs.
just like pick it off the plant and go fry it. Oh,
Babs.
it was so good. Oh, it's so good.
Stop talking about fried okra, even though I brought it up.
It was the best I've ever had.
I like.
You know what?
I can't do it slimy.
Hall's here in Nashville. Get some
So
fried
is one.
okra delivered to the station. We'll make Mayor try it and rock
I'll
on.
try it. I mean, I used to have it. My mom would cook stuff like that, white
Hello.
beans and stuff, and fried okra and
Little
I
hot sauce.
mean,
Very
you guys
well.
remember
Collard
when I
greens
was well,
I
you
just had that Sunday.
well, Slay wouldn't, but Mayor, and actually you wouldn't because we were COVID, so we were at home. But that was my like pregnancy craving, fried okra. So I would like call Cracker Barrel for pickup, like at least a couple of times a week for
Mr.
just
Babs,
fried
as
okra.
you call him. I mean, dealing with a pregnant wife during COVID. Can you imagine?
Oof.
Rolling.
It was not pretty.
Get your okra rolling.
That's right.
But at least I got to stay home, so I didn't have to like waddle myself everywhere else.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Jalen
Yeah.
Waddle.
Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building. About to make a bet.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, at 6'8", at power forward, Ron Slay.
Let's go.
Y'all better buckle up, 'cause this car ain't got no roof
At all.
Slay and I wore Tennessee shirts yesterday. What are we wearing today, Babs?
Tennessee shirts.
Every day.
Yep. Why not?
You don't have to tell people to come to the stadium
No, you do not.
for
yo.
Tennessee, Florida.
No, you don't.
All Florida fans are wearing their Florida gear all week. Jorts and Florida
That's
shirts.
right.
Tank tops.
So maybe that's just maybe
Try to
that's
help
just
him.
him
Try to help him,
not
Babsy. Try.
not paying attention. I mean,
You know what? You are absolutely correct. You
I don't
ain't
know
paid,
why-
They ain't paid attention the last 2 years looking at their record. he tone deaf to everything that's going on around now, even at the recruiting standpoint of it. You got guys committing, transferring out of there. Like,
I'll tell you, he needs to be better in recruiting. They need to be better.
Well, they've got a class coming.
But where are they NIL
Unless they fire his ass.
Well, then, you're right. You said NIL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question.
That's a great question.
But I do know when he first got hired, it was a collective of staff, as many players as it was staff. Like somebody should be on that staff.
Remember that picture?
Exactly. It's at least 50 to 60.
Forgot about that.
No, I didn't.
Well,
all of them had
how
white
many staff
polos
members
on.
there
Yeah.
were?
You keep receipts about things.
Come on now. I'll just store it in my little memory box.
Your little memory box.
Mm-hmm. Go on by my business.
615-737-1045. I was like, somebody sent me the Dabo Swinney comment after Tennessee lost to South Carolina, talking about, he was disrespectful to Tennessee. I don't know why he included himself in that conversation. But I was like, man, I forgot about this. So he was like, I didn't.
No. I remember the barbecue specifically. Yeah, he's talking about we cooking flipping burgers.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The executive producer of 3HL is Joe Hunk.
Sup?
VAB on YouTube. Fried okra is the bomb.
Yeah, we need to go and get some.
Zoltan, love it.
See?
Emmett says, I hate mustard-based barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they don't like South Carolina. No, what is South Carolina vinegar?
I can do it. I just don't like it as much. Vinegar and so no, they're mustard.
Oh, they mustard.
Yeah.
Somebody got that vinegar taste.
Big country, me too, Mayor. He doesn't like fried okra either. Top tier, I'm down with okra. It's funny what y'all comment on in the chat.
Man, they just letting you know they being attentive.
VAB peach cobbler, Brent. Nope.
Any cobbler.
I don't like any fruit
stuff.
pie. I just don't. Unless back in the day, like you go to the convenience store. I always talk about this. You go to the convenience store, and I don't even remember what the brand was, but you get those little 49-cent apple pies and Jungle Juice in the carton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you spend like $1.
Yeah, let your teeth
you
right
good.
out.
Yep. Emmett, I like Memphis-style barbecue sauce. There you go. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, that's cool.
You had an okra baby, Music City Malik says.
Yes.
So does
okra COVID baby.
Does baby Babs like okra?
No, she don't like anything
Yeah,
except for sweets.
M&M's and stuff.
She
Chicken
likes
tenders.
fruit and sweets, which I never even gave her sweets. But then Mama goes out of town for 17 straight weekends. So
come back and
just saying.
Got
I come back and
Willy
she's
Wonka,
eating
baby.
a cookie.
All chocolate.
People are saying North Carolina has the vinegar-based.
That's what it is. North Carolina. Okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
They're warring down there about everything, North and South Carolina.
Why wouldn't they? I like it. Go to war.
615-737-1045.
I don't think you should say it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to war come Saturday at 6 o'clock Central
Saturday.
Time. Yeah, 6 o'clock Central Time. We'll be down there. I hope the other team arrives, because if they don't, we'll just keep on trucking to the end zone. Yeah, with y'all little blue shirts on up there. They all, you know what? Somebody just tweeted me and said, man, you know what? That's going to make Tennessee stand out even more. And I said, I didn't even think about that. You're right. You were right. Yeah, all the orange is us. I hope the fan base in Florida turns their back on Billy Napier and say, you know what? We're going to wear all orange.
For those that don't know, Billy Napier wants all Florida fans to wear blue Saturday.
What is this? Like, that's our battle cry? Is that our battle cry? Everybody put blue on. That's going to get us over the put blue on. We ain't made it.
Babs, it's only Tuesday.
I got an idea.
This guy's at war.
I got an idea, everybody. Let's wear blue. Hey, I know what? Okay, so we can't complete passes really good. Okay, we'll run. You know what? Scratch all that. Everybody wear blue to the stadium. That'll get them. That'll trick them all. We're blue. Maybe we can get Steve Spurrier to come back. Anybody know what Spurrier's visor is? Maybe if I put his visor on, that'll get everything going. We get the blue in the stadium. I get my Spurrier hat on, and dude, Napier, settle down, buddy. Settle down.
But he's got to remind people to come to the game, too.
The players are a mirror image of you, coach. If you out here, everybody wear blue. What the players need to do? Hey, y'all, we're going orange laces this week. What? Man, you better strap your helmet up and let's hit. What you talking about, man? Come on, Swamp. Come on, Swamp. Yeah. I'm talking about just like the documentary. Just like the uncut documentary. That's what I'm telling you, Babsy. Yeah, I better not never hear Bruce Pearl or Hugh Freeze come out there when y'all getting ready to play against Alabama or Georgia and say, hey, guys, I want everybody after the game meet down at Toomer's Corner. What? We're going there anyway. What you talking about, Coach? Get your game plan together. You focus on the wrong things, man. Hyper just sit back, little chin, just coming through, looking like what's the cartoon man they say look like Buddy Hill or somebody?
Mr. Magoo.
No, man. What do you say? What they say he look like, huh? What they say like Hyper look like?
Oh.
I have zero clue what you're talking about. Dawn's put me on a task.
I put him on a task.
She put me on a task. I've been working on something else. I haven't listened.
You know what's funny? Sometimes I like rile you up.
Bobby Hill.
Oh, King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah,
sometimes I like kind of twist you a little bit and try to rile you up and stuff. We're in Tennessee, Florida week. You get inflamed by your own words.
I'm gone. I'm out of here. Ain't no coming back.
Are you done?
No. Actually, no. I'm not done, Babsy. I can go all week long. We can do 3 hours of me talking funky to Florida all day. Untold, Swamp Kings, trash.
Untold.
Not the real story. Let us tell our story. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go down there and run that ball down their throat and make them love it.
Think that you're overreacting
I think you're
to
underreacting.
Billy Napier asking his fans to wear blue. And here's the other thing. He also talked about how he had to educate some of his younger players about this rivalry.
Oh, they foolish.
DHB says.
But here's the deal. If you're a Florida person, it hasn't been a rivalry lately.
But see, that's false. That's false. That's where the lie comes in. Regardless, no, Babsy. I don't care. Wins, losses don't matter. It's a rivalry when you step on the field.
How many
If a Florida fan walk in here, I'll fight him right now. It doesn't matter. I don't give a damn. I'll fight him right now. I'll fight him right now.
Cut him
I'll
off.
fight him right now.
Just go to break.
I'll uppercut fight him.
We'll be right back. It's only Tuesdays, Lay.
Oh, yeah, I'm here, baby.
You're sprinting this marathon.
I am. I'm dead sprint.
Boy, I got some numbers for you that's going to make you even more fired up.
I can't wait.
Better not wear yourself out before kick. I'm just saying.
Well-conditioned athlete right here, Babs. I got the holistic stem cell therapy popping. Superbook, though. Y'all got numbers. I got numbers, too. But first, this is what you got to do. You got to go download the Superbook Sports app or visit superbook.com to place your wager today. And if you do it for your first-time bettors, guess what you get? $250 if you use the promo code SLAY. Now, you got to first sign up, deposit, wager, use the promo code SLAY, and they're going to match you $250, win or lose. It's a guarantee. So you can't lose just the first time. Then, you know what the most trusted name in Vegas is? Superbook, and it's right here. So go on and get on board with Big Slay. Part Slay coming up very, very soon, probably right here on Zone TV after this. And what you need to do, visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-8899-789. Book it. What's happening, people? Listen to me. 3HL. This is bringing you the Zone TV parlay for Superbook. Yeah. Here it is, man. Now, listen, all we got is baseball, y'all, so y'all got to bear with me. Baseball right here, but we're going to get a big old bankroll. Cincinnati Reds, money line. Orioles money line. Astros got to bounce back. I'm taking a -1.5 against the Oakland A's, who are eliminated from baseball for the year, really. They're just out there showing up. But they beat them last night. So Astros -1.5. Cubs, I'm doing them money line. The Royals and the White Sox, you already missed that 340 game. So the second game, Royals and the White Sox, taking place at 640, go under 9.5. So, all right, here we go. Royals and White Sox go under 9.5 the total runs. Cubs money line, Astros -1.5, Orioles money line, Reds money line. I got it at +22.98 because I had that other game added in. You ought to get you somewhere around 1,400 or something like that. You know the motto, people. Book it.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Puka on YouTube. What is Vols' record versus Florida since 1990? I think you want to, use a different year because Tennessee actually won that year. 45-3. I was there. It was 7-3 at halftime, Tennessee. And then Dale Carter ran the kickoff back to start the second half. Vaughn Reeves, who was a tight end with a glove on, threw a touchdown pass to Carl Pickens. Tony Thompson had a day. They also won.
90?
90. They also won in 92. They also won in 98. If you want to start there, I would start there if I'm looking for Florida stats.
See, people
they're trying to shut you down.
My mic is on.
They're trying to slit.
I'm just trying to make it where we don't have to buy a new microphone.
Hey, no, we'll get one. We got 5 other ones in there. Hey, this is what I'm telling you. People kill me when they bring up stuff like that.
1990 was the largest victory in this rivalry.
45-3.
But that's so silly though to bring up. Like, when was the last time they won? It doesn't matter. It's a rivalry. Like, when I talk about Vanderbilt, I never bring up.
I brought that up.
Why though?
Because Tennessee hasn't won there in 10 tries.
But that doesn't make it not a rivalry, though. It's like if we play Vanderbilt, I don't care if we won the last 100. It's a rivalry. Like that don't. The wins losses don't that's not what makes it the rivalry.
Really, because Tennessee fans have said that Vandy isn't a rivalry.
But Tennessee fans are drunk.
Well, I think
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I think Tennessee fan in that scenario is just trying to take a shot.
Yeah, like no,
they
know
it's a rivalry.
Yeah, Tennessee,
no matter what's
Florida,
going on.
that's a rivalry. Tennessee, Alabama's a rivalry. Tennessee, Kentucky, rivalry.
You want
Tennessee,
the numbers?
Vandy, rivalry.
You want the numbers?
Yes.
Some of these will be down Davenport's path. Some of them will be down your path.
Oh, I don't need no. I kick their ass anytime they walk in my gym, my stadium, or anything.
There are kids in the car.
Kids, y'all need to know about the rivalry. Napier got to go explain it. Uncle Slay going to explain it to y'all right now.
Slay's like,
we don't like the Gators.
Slay's like, hey, kids, Tennessee going to kick Florida's ass.
Yeah,
Get used to saying it.
Man, look me in my eyes. I'm telling you little kindergartners out there that just got out of school, turn the cartoons off, listen to Slay and 3HL all this week. We are on their neck. We don't like them. You hear me? We don't like them. I don't like them at all. At all.
Tennessee, to Don's point.
Like them.
Tennessee looking for its first win in Gainesville, Florida since 2003. The Vols have never been this big of a favorite in Gainesville, ever.
Ever.
The Gators, well, they've never actually been this big of a favorite, in Gainesville. Because they were 10.5-point favorite last year, which is the biggest ever. Gators looking to beat Tennessee for the 10th consecutive time in the Swamp. Florida is 16-2 in the last 18 against Tennessee, but the Vols did win last year, 38-33.
16-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 16-1, Babs.
I know till last year. I understand what I know. 2005 to 2015, right? All Florida. Florida won all of them. That was their win streak, right? So I understand what you're saying, Slay, but to sit here and rip on Billy, like we're first-hand friends or something,
Billy,
rip on Billy for that, and him talking about having to teach the young guys because maybe they don't know about this rivalry because in their time of growing up and watching Florida football, Tennessee hasn't been anything.
Well, good. Treat it like it's just enough.
I got more.
I know. I want you to speak on behalf of them, so I'm going to speak to you on behalf of me.
I got more.
I want y'all to treat this like it's a regular game then. Don't worry about it. It ain't no rivalry. If he got to explain that, you know what? You want to know where all the vitriol and everything come from?
Yes.
When we coming in, we slobbing at the mouth. Don't think it's another game. Think this another game. You're going to get beat by 50. And I mean it.
Go ahead, Mayor.
The Vols are a 6.5-point favorite at Florida. Tennessee had never been more than a 5.5-point favorite in this series until last season. They were a 10.5-point favorite last season. So if you do the math here, this is game 3 for Josh Heupel against Florida, and the two biggest spreads for Tennessee in the history of this series have been under Josh Heupel, 2 of his 3 years. The last time Tennessee, how about this? The last time Tennessee was ranked and Florida was not in this game, 1971.
Gosh.
That just shows you how down Florida is.
Since Florida won 30, well, look, Tennessee was down too. And when Florida beat Tennessee, you don't think we heard about it from Gator fans?
They didn't like us at the time. Now they got to explain it to it. That's why he explained it to the fan base. Maybe the fan base don't know that it's a rivalry. Maybe don't even sell it out. Maybe don't nobody even come to the game. But let us just go play. Let us treat it like a scrimmage.
Well, I'm talking about the young players on that team. I'm not talking about the crowd and the fans.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Babs, listen, let me tell you something, Babs. I'm going to let you say it. Let me tell you something. I don't care what you say. Ain't nothing got to make sense that's coming out of my mouth because this is what it's going to be all week.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
But we're doing a radio show where you need to make sense, and you're not making any kind of sense.
No, he doesn't need to make sense.
What they need to make sense of is go Vols. That's all I know. That's all I know. Let's go.
It's Tuesday.
Say it. Say it.
Are you calling an audible?
I'm right now. What hole they coming through? Because I'm going to hit them.
There you go.
I'm going to hit them. I'm going to feel. That's what we doing, Babs.
Hey.
That's what we doing. We filling the hole, Babs. We filling the hole.
Okay.
Wherever they coming. They don't need to know. Orange is the color that we want. We're all blue. We're all blue. Hit all blue.
First of all, you know you don't like to get hit. That's why you didn't play football.
Well, I light their ass up, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I light them up. Whoa!
Second of all, okay.
Let me call Al.
I had.
What?
We need Al Wilson on the show this week, by the way.
Yeah.
We do.
I did have Hunk pull Billy Napier's sound.
Okay, what did Billy Napier say?
Before we play this, I want to let you know right now, I'm surprised I'm awake right now. Wait till you hear how Billy Napier talks.
He's a
boring
dude. He is a boring dude.
We're talking so much about him telling fans we need you to wear blue, this and that. I'm like, pull the soundbite so that we can talk about it because I think you're kind of overreacting to what he said. All right, Hunt, go ahead. This is Billy Napier.
So, look, I think what's understood sometimes doesn't need to be said, if that makes sense. And this is Florida, Tennessee.
See?
And I think our fan base pretty well versed in this one. But we are encouraging our fans to wear blue.
Why?
And look, our fans have an opportunity to contribute to the game. They are truly part of the team. They can impact the game. There's an energy that they provide for our players, but there's also an element where they can make it very difficult for the opponent. It's one of the most iconic and more challenging venues in all of college football. And I anticipate that Saturday night it'll be at its best, and I know our people will take great pride in their role and what they bring to the table.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to run through a hole right there.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I am so jacked.
Wait a minute. What's understood ain't got to be said, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Well, I wanted to play the whole thing because I think you're overreacting.
That sound like a man out there begging. That sound like he down on his hands.
I don't know why I had to say that because it's very obvious that he's overreacting.
No, to say that the swamp, y'all play a part in this game. That's the least. It's Steve Spurrier Stadium for a reason. That's why, because he never had to explain it. It's the swamp. You ain't got to explain that. It's
Josh Heupel has said the same kind of stuff.
Because we had a coaching carousel that was garbage. Y'all ain't been garbage, Florida.
They have been garbage.
Now they garbage.
You don't see. This is the thing.
It's the swamp, Babs. It has its own mystique.
This is
in this rivalry. You ain't got to explain that.
But you know what? So does
Nealon. Down on my knees. I'm down on my knees, begging y'all, please come out the murky waters with blue shirts on. I'm begging you. We need you, please. You have so much effect on a rivalry game. What? I'm telling you, I'm put a PSA out right. I'm put a PSA right now. Danny White, Chancellor Plowman, Philip Fulmer, Randy Boyd, Josh Heupel. I'm gonna look at this camera. If I ever in my life hear y'all plead, get down on your knees and beg for Nealon to be filled in a rivalry game, boy, I'm done. I'm giving my diploma back, taking all this stuff off. I don't want to wear it no more. I'd have better never in my life, you hear me? In my life, hear you say, I need y'all. Come out. Y'all can really affect it. I don't want to hear that. That's what we do anyway. When we was garbage. When Dooley was wearing the orange pants. We was still coming. When Butch was putting bricks up like the 3 little pigs. We was still coming. When it Cal, when Pruitt used to wear the little dummy bandana all over his eyes and look like a Ninja Turtle. We was still coming.
That wasn't his fault. That was COVID's fault.
But he wore it anyway.
But he did rock it. And
All
it
I'm
didn't even
saying
help.
is,
Half
we
the time
coming
it was down.
anyway. That's all I'm saying. We coming anyway. It's the swamp.
Can
If I walked in the swamp right now, I get chills.
That place is
It's iconic.
Yep.
It's iconic. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When the eagle fly, look at me fly. When the eagle fly in Jordan hair, it's different. Jordan, like the lotion. When it fly,
not Jergens.
When it fly, I get chills.
It's spelled Jordan.
That's all I'm saying. I get chills. Tuscaloosa, I ain't never been there. But when they walk in, I guarantee I get chills.
Yeah.
You ain't got to explain it. That's what I'm saying. I'm off the soapbox.
All right, can I read my last thing?
My bad, go ahead.
Yeah.
Since Florida won 38-14 versus Tennessee in the Swamp in 2021, Tennessee is 18-6. Florida is 10-14.
Cool.
Is that the barometer game right there?
Cool.
Is that where it all changed?
Cool. I'm just saying. I just know what to expect. You know what I mean? I just know what to expect.
Can I just say this?
I know that D boy.
Slay's sweating.
I'm out.
You need your towel.
I'm out here like
you
it's
need your
all,
preacher towel,
dude. I'm out here like it's all week. You hear me? Look at me. I'm shuffling my feet. I done got my hip. I done got my holistic stem cell therapy. My hip ain't hurt no more. I used to be like after this go off, I'm like, golly, y'all, my hip hurt. Nope, not no more. I'm well.
Hey,
thank you, Dr. Kellum. Thank you, Dr. Kellum. I couldn't act like this if it wasn't for you.
Why?
I gotta do what I got to do and be a Vol fan day and night. Come on.
Levels of rivalry from my friend Corey. Tennessee Vandy, in-state rival. Tennessee Bama, historic rival. Tennessee Florida, we effing hate Florida rival.
I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know.
Is this rivalry bigger than Alabama?
It's different.
For this generation.
It's different.
For my generation.
For your generation, but not now.
There's
for
more
the younger generation, Alabama has won.
There's a bigger lack of respect toward Florida from Tennessee fans.
Yeah.
There's more vitriol toward Florida.
Without question.
There's a respect level for the Alabama deal.
Yeah.
And the history of it. Because prior to Steve Spurrier, Florida was nothing.
Right. That's
And a lot of us remember that Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But Alabama's been Bama for,
I'm coming. I'm spawned.
Will in Nashville next up on 3HL. Will, what's up?
I'm spawned all week for this one.
Hey, Ron, what's going on?
What up? What's happening, Will? What side of the tracks you on, brother?
Hey.
Let him talk.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Hey, you got me wanting to run through a brick wall right now. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yo, Will. I'm talking about starting up the band, Will. Come on. Come on.
Hey, I appreciate it. You got me pumped. But look forward to this weekend. Hopefully we cover the spread, but you got to take the money line because I'm not trying to be upset.
That's what I went to.
Little last last field goal. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all be good.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm talking about, Will? Just saying, man. Like listen. Some of this gonna be a little nasty, y'all. I don't mean no harm. I love them. You know what I mean? But I don't like them. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing to happen. I'm gonna hear you down this up this week and tell him, hey man, I mess with you, but I don't really mess with you. You feel me? If a car coming down the street and he in the street, I'm going to pull him out a little bit, but I'm going to let his leg get hit. Because I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. I just want a little injury. You feel?
This is like Babs in the fast lane?
Yeah, man. I got to move. You feel me? I mess with y'all, though.
Chris in Nashville. Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What up?
Hey, Ron, man, you are incredible, man. I'm just... your passion for this, for everything, man, sports. Is there another former basketball player, Tennessee basketball player, that has the same kind of passion for Tennessee football as you? I don't believe there is. Maybe there is, but hey.
This was going on while he was playing basketball. He was right there in Neyland Stadium acting a fool.
Hey, I got some completely worthless information for you here, but don't shoot the messenger here.
Okay.
On September 16th, playing Florida, we are 0-6 0-4. 0-4, man.
Dang.
That's a great stat.
September
0-4 on September 16th.
How far
Yep.
back does that go?
That's a good
Not
question.
not too very far, but hey, on September 16th overall, we're 2-6. We beat Duke, we beat Penn State, we've lost to UCLA twice, and we've lost to Florida 4 times.
I wonder if that Penn State game was when they put lights in Neyland Stadium.
Was
For the
playing in the
first time.
dog.
Yeah.
But hey, this
I
will
don't
be
know.
my 10th. This will be my 10th attempt down in Gainesville to see a win. I hope this is the one.
Go get it, baby.
10 times a charm.
Go get it, baby. Go get it, baby.
Hey, thanks, Chris, man.
Go get it, Chris, man.
All right.
Hell yeah, man. Go have a ball down there too. Listen, hey man, I've been a part of losing streaks, you know what I mean? And when it turned, boy, how sweet it is. I'm telling you, right there, man.
That is true.
We on the right side of it, y'all. We on the right side. Everybody go through it. Everybody go through it. Do they come through it though? You know what I mean? They got to be in it, but do they get through it? We got through it. We right there at the edge. Florida walking through it now.
Tennessee trying to
You know what I'm
win
talking
back-to-back games against Florida for the first time since. We'll tell you when we come back. 615-737-1045.
Let's go.
That was an out-of-body experience.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Pepsi. Brentwood Jewelry. I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry, the Amama Lee family. They are awesome. You need to get to know them, and you'll get to know them simply by going in and visiting with them. And everybody needs a jeweler in their life. You got gifting responsibilities throughout the course of the year, and these are your guys. BrentwoodJewelry.com. That's where you can find out what they have to offer and what they are about. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood. Check them out if you haven't already heard. Nashville's premier timepiece dealers, Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection in watches, but they are also the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, vintage and current models. You can own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. Every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance, and it's presented with a 2-year warranty. If you're thinking about popping the question, Brentwood Jewelry here to help you with that. Let them help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings, or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
What's happening, people? Your lights go out? Yeah, well, put something back on. How can you do it if there's no electricity flowing, man? The storms are coming. You know what it is. It always happens yearly, and lights go out, and you're just left in the dark. Don't be that household. Go get you a Generac. Yeah, Generac automatic standby generator from Cove Generators, Babs.
Yes, Cove Generators. Let me tell you about Cove. They are the experts at finding the right generator for your home. So that is all they do. Family-run company. They know what they're doing. And Cove Generators is your premier Generac home standby generator dealer. By the way, they got a deal going on right now, Slade. Call them today for the free 10-year warranty with the purchase of a Generac home standby generator. And this is only through October 6th, so time's running out.
Hey, well, hurry up. 931-559-3311 for this time runs out. CoveGenerators.com. Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details.
And stay connected through it all with Cove Generators.
3HL 1045, The Zone. It is a gangster party up in here.
That's right.
A few bits of notes as we roll through Tennessee, Florida week, apparently. Titans, Chargers going at it this weekend as well. Jets with the 22-16 win in overtime. The Jets had been 1-54 all time against the Bills after trailing by 8 or more points during the second half. 1-54. Wow. The only win coming in 1984. Which I guess would have been
there you go. Tennessee's about to work on some of that history in the swamp this year. Maybe.
She's gonna poke you, brother.
She know I'm here.
Texas and Bama on television peaked at 10.7 million viewers. Most watched Saturday game since 2014. Most watched regular season game since 2015. And I saw this pointed out. Burrow, Jones, Hurt, and Lamar. $950 million worth of salary, 1 touchdown in week 1.
That's it.
You know who else pointed that out? Annie Agar in her
That's where I got it.
NFL week 1 funny meeting week 1.
Yep. That was hilarious.
She was great.
Hey, there was a part where she called out Mike Vrabel and the Titans' decision to kick a field goal there.
Yes, she did. I mean, you could make the case, go for the touchdown there. Or, like, if you don't make it, you're putting your defense on the field anyway. You still need 1 score.
Right.
You would need a touchdown instead of a field goal. But that does make sense.
True.
In terms of, like, analytics guys and how they look at games and
It just
and
shows
percent chance to
zero
win.
confidence in anything that you are doing. Honestly.
Thanks, Babsy.
Sorry.
All right. Here's another stat for you. You want to know something about Tennessee winning 2 in a row in this series against Florida?
What's that?
It's happened 1 time since 1971. 1 time in 2003 and 4.
Wow.
Interesting.
Let's go to Gator Mike, Slay Dog. Gator Mike, what's up?
You know, thank goodness Dawn is on this show as the voice of reason. Thank you, Dawn.
Just because she's wrong doesn't mean she's the voice of reason.
No, I'm just saying. But, Ron, let me give you a little clarity on the context Billy Napier is speaking in. Last week, they were trying to do a whiteout, and like half the stadium showed up in blue and orange. So they want to do a blue out, so they're getting it out earlier. He's announcing it. You definitely don't want orange in there because Tennessee's going to be wearing orange. Their fans are going to be wearing orange, so you either want blue or white. So that's why they're doing that.
See, and that's what I said. I'm like, you're overreacting here, boys.
At the beginning of his press conference.
Hey, squash all that. Gator Mike, running there with baby powder on. I don't care what you wear. It's a rivalry game. Paint your body green. I don't care. Come in there wearing a bucket hat with nothing else on. I don't care. It's going down on the field, man. It's real.
No, but
it's
listen,
a rivalry.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Yeah, listen to me.
I'm gonna let you. I don't lose these.
So
I don't lose these.
You're talking about.
Got paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about it being a rivalry, and they're having to do the blue thing. I mean, a couple of years ago, you all had to do a freaking checker kneeling for the Florida
What's
Tennessee
harder
game.
to
You
do?
need
Wear
that when it's a
blue or
rivalry game?
checkerboard an entire stadium?
We got Gator.
No, I know. Hey, Brent, you know I was there for the Oklahoma game. It did look cool, but I'm saying the first time they did that was against Florida. And what he's trying to do is set a different advantage.
Yeah. Well, they beat Florida when they checkerboard kneeling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
did.
real quickly, too, Ron, you were talking about the hatred thing. Like when you played, I wanted to get that headband and just take it off and strangle your neck with it.
I know.
But I respect you, right? I respect
I
you,
know.
right? You know, but Don is right. You can't handle being punched in the mouth like Udonis used to just man you in the paint. You know, you come in doing the flying dunk or something, you're good. But, you know, having the body up, you know, Udonis, I think, kind of got the best of you. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know I love you guys. I'm just playing, Ron.
Gator Mike. Trash Talk Tuesday.
Hey, we're always here for some trash talk.
No question. And we have fun with sports, I'll tell you that. He's going to Udonis trash talk.
See, that's my man. That's my man. So
how many years did he play in the league? Like 18? Is he still going?
19. He just finished up this year.
He just finished this year.
But this is let me tell you this. Is nobody ever in my playing career, freshman all the way to senior, ever bodied me. Ever. You know what I'm saying? So let me just go. Let's wipe that out because some people get lost in translation and think that's what it really was, and that wasn't. That's just trash talk. It ain't got to make sense. But yeah, okay. I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that, Gator Mike. It's getting close. I'm not gonna go. Let me just say, I never lost a trash talking battle.
I believe that.
I'm telling you this right now. Only reason I let you finish, Gator Mike, is because Babsy said let him finish.
I did.
You wouldn't have got a word out. I'm just gonna say that. You know what I mean? But
like Ross Perot. Let me finish. I
don't remember that.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Let him finish.
What we got coming up next? Mac Talk?
Yes.
I wonder who liked the Gators on there. On that show.
Coach Mack will be on with us tomorrow. You can ask him.
I will. I know he riding with his boy. I'm going to get him. He like Gator boots and stuff like that. I got you, Coach Mack.
Mac Talk coming up next. It's going to be a wild week on 3HL.
You better believe it.
Good night. God bless.
See ya.
No 3HL after party, but we'll be brought to you by Waken 180. Thank you. Go.